can't hear you, mate.
With Red Bull Moose. Moosey, how are you, mate? Good to have you back.
Mate, I am absolutely pumped for this Azerbaijan Grand Prix. I am very well. How is yourself?
Mate, I'm absolutely cracking. I've got a fresh brew here. I'm ready to go. It's going to be an absolute cracker. We had one hell of a race last night. As you know, there was a lot of action out on the circuit, and we're going to see more of it tonight. Well,
mate, as you've got your brew, I'll just go on mine. And,
churn of that.
It is. I didn't see too much action last night. I was kind of out all before any of the action started happening, but hopefully a lot of these drivers go a lot further than I did last night, and hopefully we have a really good race as we go.
You kicked it all off last night, didn't you? You kicked off all the action down there at turn 19. I think 3 of them, including yourself, went out in that incident. We had an even bigger one later on at the same corner. We lost 4 drivers, so hopefully it might be a bit cleaner tonight, but with just as much action. We'll wait and see. Obviously, this Baku City Street Circuit is probably one of the toughest on the calendar to make it through a race distance. Just the wall's so close, and it's easy to make this mistake on this low grip surface.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. I couldn't agree with you anymore. And that turn 19, it caught out, I think it was 7, maybe 8 drivers last night. And it just shows that even a simple corner like that can really catch out some of these drivers and put them in the wall hard. And as you said, mate, here at Azerbaijan, it is absolutely unforgiving, the walls.
Yeah, absolutely. We'll go through this evening's grid. Moosey, you can take us through the grid for tonight, mate.
Absolutely, mate. In the Mercedes, we have the full-time drivers of Crazy Kiwi and Brad Tay. The Red Bull, we have Roscoe, and is that Nickman 172? He's a reserve driver. I'm pretty sure making his debut tonight.
Yeah, that's correct, mate.
In the Alpine, we have Darkness Abyss and Suicide 5. Aston Martin, we have Flourish Expire, and he'll be joined by the reserve driver of Apache Franks. So that's a very interesting name. I'm sorry if I've said that wrong, but he's making his debut as well tonight. In the Haas, we have Nat Hammer and Kraken. The Ferrari, we have Dino, 420 Fam, and Blue Dog. In the McLaren, we have Nick Magoo and OSRL Donny. In the AlphaTauri, we have Tabbed F1 as a reserve driver tonight, and he'll be joined by the full-time driver of Milligains. In the Alfa Romeo, we have Mr. Fury Strat and Jay Kelly, and we'll round it out with Williams of M Stone and the Stig.
Yeah, that's it. 3 reserves tonight. Nickman and Apache Franks. I think that's how you say it. Apache, like the helicopter. Good luck to both of you on your debut performances here at OSO and Tab. Good to have you back on the grid, my friend. You've got some good speed. Hopefully we can see it tonight. And we're almost ready to go, but we just have a couple more minutes so we can go through the standings. And it's Milligains on top, Lucy.
Yeah, it is, mate. And he's driven well, and he's been very consistent throughout the couple of races that we've had so far. Kraken missing last week was a big moment in the championship, because Kraken currently sitting P2. He's joined on 56 points by Mr. Fury Strat. We do have a sprinkling of drivers through the 40s. We have Nat Hammer on 48, Brad Tay on 48, and Dino 420 Fam on 47. They're your top 5 or 6 at the moment in the championship. But mate, it is all to play for across even the constructor standings.
Yeah, definitely. And Roscoe Arm, who only made his first appearance last week after having a bit of a hiatus in round 1 and 2, he's already up in 9th position. Took pole position last week, so expect to see some good speed from Roscoe once again, I suspect. And we'll quickly look at the constructors, mate. Alpha, they had an absolutely stellar performance in Monaco across the 3 divisions. I believe it was 139 points they scored, which is a massive haul.
It is a massive haul, and it just shows you how many points can be won over a week in the OSRL. The Haas boys, they've performed well, although they've had a couple of times where the wheels have sort of fallen off, and they currently sit P2 in the constructors. Aston Martin sitting P3 on 177 points. The AlphaTauri boys sitting on 163 points, very close behind his Mercedes on 160. Alpine P6 on 141. My boys, the Ferrari, down there in 7th position on 139. I'll put my hand up and say I'm not performing. P8 there goes to the Williams at 101 points, and McLaren and Red Bull are down in the 80s, mate. But you hit the nail on the head. It's 1 week in the OSRL can produce some very, very big points. So McLaren and Red Bull definitely not out of this by any stretch of the imagination.
Oh, definitely, mate. Anything can happen. Like we saw last night, Dan the Racer coming from 19th on the grid to win last night's Azerbaijan Grand Prix for Tier 3. So anything can happen. We're almost set to go. It is 7:32. So I think there's just 1 driver missing, and I believe that to be... Who are we missing? We're missing a Mercedes of Brad Tay, mate. So we're just awaiting Brad Tay to come into the session. And hello to all of our viewers out there in the chat. Good to have you with us. Banana, having going well, thank you. How are you, mate? And get
mate,
your
after
hashtag AskDeezy.
Mate, after the last couple of weeks, you can't just say hello. You got to say, you know, we gets and Comistar and Nihang Gao and all the rest of it. We have absolutely gone global the last few weeks. And One Slick Mofo in the chat, you zing on. Absolutely zing on. We've become fairly international. Fairly international the fairly international the OSRL in the last couple of weeks. First hashtag AskMoosey's come through. What time are we expecting qualifying, mate? We should be getting going any minute now as the clock is ticking down and hits 0. So we will get underway right now.
I think he meant lap times, mate. What lap times are we expecting for pole position?
To be fair, I don't even know what I was doing last night.
Well,
I think anything in the 38s is going to be very hard to beat.
Well, I think we're going to see 37s, mate. Honestly, I reckon pole position is going to be around a 0.2 to 0.4 in the 37. So 37.3, maybe I'm going to say 37.3 for pole position, and that will be a very, very quick time. That's
rapid, mate. I think you've gone a bit too hard there, mate. I think it's going to be a 38.1 for pole position.
Well, I reckon we've got a couple of class acts in this field, mate, and a couple of reserves who we're not exactly really sure of their performance, mate. So there could be dark horses here, so we'll wait and see. But we're into the session now, and it's time for the action to start for Q1, Moosey.
Yeah, sure is, mate. And there's not a lot of movement in the pits. I thought we'd see at least someone come out straight away, but it's not the case, unfortunately. As I'm just staring at the Pirelli garage at the moment.
Yeah, just waiting for someone to pull the trigger and get out there. Maybe they're all just making sure they've got their setup. I see a car pulling out now, a couple of them.
Unsafe release there from Alfa Romeo.
It's pretty standard there from Alfa Romeo. Obviously, being in the Alpine garage, I'm pretty closely associated with them in the garage, and they always seem to be in my way.
And he's gone.
Fury having a
gone on.
Fury's gone down there. Let's get the audio level sorted out for all of you guys, so you're not getting destroyed by the engine noises of that Ferrari power unit. But yeah, close between Fury and Darkness there.
Yeah, absolutely. And you hit the nail on the head earlier, mate. The walls on this Azerbaijan track are just there to absolutely bite you if you get it wrong. I see a yellow flag.
It was Fury having another issue in a braking zone. He went a little bit deep again. It just looks like he's not getting quite the full brake performance out of the pedals. So hopefully he's got that sorted out for the lap time. Mofo, where's Johnny? He didn't tick, mate. He didn't tick his attendance in time, and he has been replaced. But don't worry, Nickman's a very quick driver, so he will be scoring some good points for you. And we'll go on forward with Darkness Abyss, who's going to be the first one in the session to set or commence a lap time. And Alpine were on top last night. Hopefully we can continue that trend. Obviously, myself being the Alpine captain, I'm a little bit biased, but I love to see it.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw a question in the chat last night. How much is the tow worth down this main straight? And mate, in qualifying last night especially, I started a long way behind a certain driver, and I was on his tail by the time we got to turn 3. So it's very, very powerful tow here in Baku.
Yeah, definitely. If you're going to do it down this main straight, you've got to time it so that you don't sort of tow them too early, or they're not too close to the back of you, or else the tow's going to run out halfway down the massive long straight. But Darkness Abyss has gone through the end of that straight. He's through turn 2 now, and he's opening up the DRS once again. And Bruce, you can take us through the rest of this one.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. He cut a very nice exit there out of turn 2. As you said, the DRS wide open. Here for turn 3, brake as late as you can, but try not to leave it too late, because you will end up in the wall. Turn 5 is a really technical little kink there, and if you get it wrong, you'll hop over that curb. Try and take as much line as you can here through 5 and 6, staying away from that wall on the left. As we start to come into the castle section now, this is the most technical part of the circuit. It gets a little bit too much curb there, but it doesn't seem to hamper him too much. Coming up through the Charlie Leclerc corner there, and Darkness Abyss is not stupid on this occasion. He gets a very nice exit there, gets the power down, and make sure Ericsson doesn't hit you through there, mate. As he'll try and pick the braking point and try and stay out of this wall. He does it very, very nicely indeed. He's really only got 1 or 2 more serious corners to navigate here as he gets on the power, and he will have an absolutely great run here as he'll try and navigate turn 19 that caught a lot of drivers out last night. And mate, it is an absolute drag race to the line from this point on. Get the ERS deployed, get the DRS wide open, and plant your foot to the floor. Darkness Abyss a 1:38.7, and mate, I'm going to have to seriously think about my my lap time for pole here.
I think you will, Moosey. That's a very good banker from Darkness Abyss early on. Here comes Fury in the Alfa Romeos. Second off, and then Forest Expire goes into the 38s as well. So it's only Q1 and we're into the 38s, so this is quick. And we're going to see even quicker lap time throughout the rest of the session. Tabs F1, he goes up into first, a 38.4. Nathammer, he's already had a 38.1. Your pole prediction, Moosey, you've already been annihilated. The Red Bull of Nickman, he's just starting a lap. He's just going to be commencing his first lap. That's a very nice helmet he's sporting, a nice black and aqua colour. Brad Tay in the Mercedes, he's finished off his lap time. And the other Mercedes, a Crazy Kiwi, goes up into third. And the 2 McLarens are coming now.
Yeah, quite a lot of drivers here in the 138s, mate, and it's just showing just how much quality we have in this Tier 2 division.
There's class aplenty here. Here comes Jake Kelly, and just goes.
We have a yellow flag. We have a McLaren facing the wrong way, mate. It is Donny.
Yeah, Donny having a little chat there with the wall out of turn 2 there. And missing an end plate from his front wing. And I think Darkness Abyss is, no, it's a Williams. These bloody colours, man, I'm still getting used to them. All of these blues. And it was the Stig in the Williams, and he's popped himself up into P6 at a 38.9. So some good lap times coming in.
Yeah, too right. There is, as we're seeing someone else have a little kiss of the wall, and it is Donny again. So he's just struggling to navigate his way back to the pits. He will be losing a lot of downforce with that wing damage.
Yes, he will. Fury went for a second attempt on his soft compound tyres and has gone up into second place on his back-to-back runs. We'll go on board with Nickman in the Red Bull. He's coming up through turn 20 now, the kink. Not really much of a corner, it's just a flat-out blast with the DRS open now, and he's powering towards the line. What kind of lap time can he set for his first attempt here in OSRL? And
he will have to go again.
Maybe a mistake on that lap one.
Yeah, possibly. Nat Hammer's just set a 38.1, so that is the quickest time of the session so far. That's actually my pole prediction. So I'll have to definitely think about that again as we're into the 38-1s in Q1.
Yeah, that's it. Here comes Jay Kelly. He's pushing again. Just like his teammate did, he was 1.1 seconds up to the second sector. It's a bit hard to find any more time here in this final sector, being as it's just basically a straight. It's all about one exit, and he ran out of the battery a little bit at the end of that one. So lost a little bit of time, but put him up into 7th. So not bad from Jay Kelly at this point in the session. Here comes Dino.
Well, mate, sorry to cut you off there. Our championship leader has only managed 7th fastest.
Yes, he has. Milligain's down there at 7th.
We're just seeing in the chat here that Milligain's caught a lot of traffic, so maybe he's got a bit more, but that's definitely not where we're used to seeing him.
Yeah, you're not wrong, and we have a couple of follows. Cappy, yep, 23, and Benari, thank you guys for the follow. We do appreciate it. Welcome. We'll flick back to Dino 420 fan, one of our quickest qualifiers. He's coming through the second sector now, coming down towards turn number 7. This very tight technical right-hander where you really got to mount that curve on the inside, cut it, and open up the exit as much as possible. But now, where you earn your money around this circuit, the tight and twisty technical part of the lap, the castle section, where the walls are as close as any part of any circuit on the Formula 1 calendar, just 12 metres wide through there. At its narrowest, it is very narrow, and not a lot of room for error, and he's just coming down through 15 now, where he just kisses that curve very nicely.
Yeah, that he does, mate. And, through the castle section, I thought he got very close and was a bit lucky to avoid a little bit of front wing damage. But it looks like he didn't get any, and he's definitely getting very close to these walls. But, mate, as we saw last night, and as we'll continue to see through the rest of the week, getting as close as you can without hitting is the fastest way around this Baku circuit.
Yeah, definitely. Even if you can somehow just use the wall to your advantage.
So we missed a good lap there from Milligains. We said he had a little bit more in the tank, and he's done a 38-1.
It was just ahead of Dino, just the car directly ahead of him on track. And Brad Tay in the Mercedes popped himself up into 4th, mate. So he had a bit of qualifying issues at the start of the season, but he looks to have solved that in the last couple of rounds. Brad Tay, he's got great race pace, and he's delivering it now in qualifying. Yeah,
that he is. Blue Dog's just coming up the main straight now. I think he'll be the next man to cross the line. He looks a little bit down on the time he'll need. But he does look to have great pace. Last week he had really good pace in Monaco, but just got a little bit unlucky a few times, and he does have 39.3, so he'll definitely have to go again with that.
Yes, he will. He was about a second off his teammate in the second sector split, and looks to have lost a little bit more in the final sector as well. Nick Man, he's just pulling into the pit lane from Red Bull, so he will definitely be needing to go again. He's sitting down there in 17th, but here comes Visa Roscoe Arm. He is 1.3 seconds down on Dino's second sector split, so he'd probably have to go again with the lap time he's about to deliver. And yes, he is. It's only 18 for last week's pole sitter provisionally.
Yeah, I'm seeing a couple of yellow flags. I'm not sure if Apache Franks, I'm not sure if he's got any damage or whether he's just trying to give himself a little bit of room. This would be a great view. I think he's just got a bit of room.
Yeah, just letting people pass.
So hang on. No, I see what they've done.
No, that's here. He's setting up the toe.
That's exactly right, mate. And as I mentioned earlier, the toe is incredibly valuable here. Oh, he's kissed the wall. He's kissed the wall there, and I'm not sure that he hasn't got himself a little bit of wing damage. But he will continue on with the lap.
Yeah, he's just finishing it off now, or just starting it off, sorry. There is a Alpine of Suicide Pipe. He's just coming towards the line now and into the pit lane. So he was 5 seconds off the pace through the second sector. So thinking he might need new tyres to go again or need to refuel. Roscoe's out there. He is on a charge lap, I believe. Just getting the battery prepared for another attempt. Blue Dog, your teammate's pulling into the pit lane. Kraken, who is second in the championship now, he's out and he's about to go for his first flying lap. So we'll ride on board with for the entirety of this one, Moosey, and see what he can deliver. Obviously, he didn't attend last week in Monaco, so he lost out to his championship rival Milligains, and he's going to have to start clawing it back here.
Yeah, that he will, and we've mentioned earlier that the Haas guys they've looked competitive in every single race. So I expect Kraken to get himself well up into the top 10 come the conclusion of qualifying tonight.
Yeah, definitely. He's been a very strong qualifier throughout the rest of the season. And Matty, Bell and RNG Heaven, thank you for the follows, guys. We appreciate it. And we're riding on board with Kraken. Purple first sector for him. He's flying in that Haas. Hopefully he doesn't end up in the wall at some point. A bit of a Mazza spin moment. But knowing that I've just said that, I probably cursed him for the rest of tonight's running. Oh, touches that inside wall.
He's definitely pushing the limits, isn't he?
I'm definitely not good at much, but I'm good at putting the commentator's curse on people.
So with a whisker over 5.5 minutes to go, oh Jesus, he got in the wall there again, mate.
Yeah, in the wall. Not too hard, but it just sounded a bit harder than it was. Oh, that's
as he validates. Yeah. So with a whisker over 5 minutes to go, your bottom 5 look like this. Kraken, Suicide 5, who's on an outlap. I don't know if Kraken will continue this and go again. No, he stayed to the left.
No,
VSR, Roscoe, Nickman and Donny are your drivers at risk with 5 minutes to go in Q1, and Donny's just starting a flying lap now.
Oh no, Nick Magoo and the other McLaren just invalidated down there at turn 16, the sort of final proper corner, apart from these sort of high-speed kinks down this main straight. He was about 4/10 up, mate, so that's no good for Nick Magoo on his endeavours to lift himself a bit further away from the danger zone.
Yeah, absolutely, and Kraken will have to get out there fairly rapidly, chuck some new tyres on. I was a victim of it last night in Q2, just not having enough time to get out there. So the clock is definitely something you have to watch here in Baku. As Roscoe
just the wall there.
Yeah, he gave the wall a little kiss there, and maybe buy her dinner first next time, mate.
But yeah, it's a 6-kilometre circuit, Moosey, so it's not exactly one of the shorter tracks on the calendar, meaning you've just got to allow a little bit more time to get out there, to start your flying lap. Probably you need at least 2 minutes to sort of, 2 minutes 15 once you click the exit, depending on how far you are down the pit lane, to get around and start your lap.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'm just on board with Roscoe, and he looks like that little kiss with the wall has just hampered him a little bit, as it doesn't look like he's got the greatest grip out there. So maybe just a little bit of a tweak to the front wing there.
Potentially, it is the 4th lap on these tyres, and who's that, McLaren?
That is
Nick Magoo.
That is Nick Magoo.
He's in the wall hard, and probably with, I suspect, about 3 minutes remaining, he won't be able to get to the pit lane to go again. So that's going to be his lap time, I suspect. Roscoe, he's 3.5 tenths up on what his previous set. He's going to need to find a whole lot more time. Oh, not a whole lot more, but a bit more time to get anywhere out of the danger zone. Last week's pole sitter not looking comfortable out there at the moment.
No, not at all, mate. And Suicide 5's on a flying lap as well. Actually, as I say, he's invalidated. So there are a couple of boys out there right now who really have to get a wriggle on. Kraken is another one who's still in the pit lane with 2.5 minutes or just over to get out there and set a lap time.
Yeah, that's right, mate. Donny, he's out on a lap time. He's currently riding P16. Blue Dog just commenced his lap time, as well as Nickman in the second Red Bull. So we'll see what these guys have got. Roscoe's going to be cutting it close here as he's just pulled it into the pit lane. So we'll see if he can get back out there. He's going to have to push. He's going to have to hope those Red Bull mechanics can do a stellar job, as we've seen them do so many times in real life. But here comes the McLaren of OSRL Donny. Couple tenths up on his previous best, which will put him around his teammate.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And, mate, it looks as if Kraken is still not out on track. As I say that, he comes out of the pit. So he'll have to absolutely fly to get around to the line in time. He might be compromising a little bit of warm-up like that.
Yeah, he definitely might arrive.
Nick Magoo has retired from the session as well, mate.
Yeah, just with a lack of time to get out, I suspect. Donny, he's gone up to 14th ahead of his teammate. We look backwards now to Blue Dog in the Ferrari. He is coming to the second sector split now. And what is that? He's 8/10 up, which will definitely get him out of the danger zone. He's just got to hold it for the rest of the lap through these high-speed kinks of 18, 19 and 20. But Blue Dog looking good in that second Ferrari.
Yeah, that he is, mate. And this lap time, if he keeps on with it, he'll be up near his teammate of Dino 420 fan at the pointy end of the grid.
Here we go. Let's see where he goes. And there you go. Up into P5.
That is a very, very nice lap.
Here comes Nick Man. It is 15, so he's provisionally out. He's got a couple of drivers behind who should make the checkered flag. Kraken, he's coming around the back half of the lap through the castle, and with 50 seconds he should make it from there. It's about a 1:15 to the second sector, which means it's about a 23-second final sector here. That flat-out blast from turn 16 to the line, and with 39 seconds he will easily make it.
Yeah,
Suicide 5 only manages 19th.
We'll lose
VSR
Suicide 5,
well.
yeah.
He'll be pushing again, I believe.
No, he's got no fuel.
No fuel, so he is out. Donny, I know he's pushing again. He's coming up the front straight now. He's a further 2.5 tenths up. So will that be enough to get him out? It may be, but drivers ahead are pushing as well. So we'll see what he can do for these drivers as Donny pulls into the pit lane, interestingly enough. He was out of the battery, so he might have just lost all of that time down that straight with no ERS to deploy.
Yeah, absolutely. And Kraken and Roscoe are both on flying laps. They're the only two that can do anything about getting out of this session now.
Yeah, it is important, but it's also important for Nick Man, but he's 15 seconds down, so he won't be improving. The Steak, he's out there in the Williams, and he spun! He spun there at the exit of turn 6, and now his fate lies in the hands of VSR Roscoe and Kraken in the Haas. Roscoe, he's 10 seconds down on his best mate.
Oh, I think that's a bit of a
Actually, no,
glitch.
he's not. No, he hasn't come to the first sector split. There you go. So Roscoe is flying. Kraken, he's coming through the castle now. He's also flying. So the fate of Nickman and the Stick lie in the hands of VSR Roscoe and Kraken, whether they will make it or not.
Yeah, absolutely. VSR Roscoe, he's about half a second up, if not a little bit more. And at the end of this, Roscoe doesn't have a delta time on the board, so we don't know just where he's sitting at the moment, but he will have a great tow from Nat Hammer coming up the main straight. How much of a tow will he try and get? When will he pull out from behind his teammate? This is
great teamwork, Moosey.
That is an absolute gem from his teammate in Nat Hammer. And Kraken only good enough for 12th fastest, but he will be out of this session. Where does Roscoe come through? He doesn't have the benefit of a tow and does a 38.5. He is improved by 1.2 seconds, and that is Q1 done and dusted. We will lose Suicide 5, Nick Magoo, OSRL Donny, Nickman and the Stig, and mate, for McLaren, that is disaster.
Yeah, they've already been struggling, and this just adds to their woes of trouble. But yeah, Roscoe pulls it out at the death, makes it in P9. However, he did have to use a fresh soft tyre, mate, so he's already used 2 of those. And that means if he needs the softs in Q2, he's only got 1 fresh set for Q3.
Well, mate, yeah, you've hit the nail on the head there once again. We're just seeing Nat Hammer in the chat. Teamwork makes the dream work, and mate, he is giving his teammate an absolutely massive tow.
Yes, he has. Nat Hammer looking the stronger of the 2 Hasses here this evening. It's been Kraken throughout the first the first few rounds of the season. But Milligan's our championship leader on top, so he managed a 38 flat. So the times are very quick, and as you said, we'll be losing those 5 drivers. And McLaren unfortunately lose both of the drivers. Yeah,
the Stig, it says here that the Stig had terminal damage.
Yeah,
so
well, he didn't.
I'm not
his lap
sure.
I don't think he did, but regardless, his lap time wasn't enough to get him through the session. And we've had a couple more followers, Moosey. We've had Young Fry, Jack Uke, and Main Analyst. So thanks, guys. We appreciate it.
Yeah, we really do appreciate it, guys. Welcome.
Yeah, we hit 400 last night, Moosey, and we only hit 300, I think, a couple of weeks ago. So we are flying because we got another one of Criolla Boy, 33. Thanks, mate. But yeah, we're flying. We're growing, as you said, internationally. We've had fans from Romania, Germany, UK. We've had a couple of USA boys. We're truly international now. Although the league is only participated in by the Aussies and the New Zealanders due to lag in connection. We are a long way away from everyone else. Yeah,
that's exactly right, mate. But it just shows. The time and the effort that a lot of these boys are putting in is going noticed, and it's going noticed around the world. So, as Mr. Fury Strat, he's gone on at turn 2 there. So, I'm not sure if he's just run a bit deep. But yeah,
we've seen him do that a couple of times, haven't we?
We have.
It looks like he's struggling with his brake pedal. But yeah, welcome to Q2, guys. I'm Sandeezy, joined by Red Bull Moose Dubois. Thank you for the follow, mate. Are you French? We'd love to hear from you in the chat. But we'll start seeing some tyre strategies. I suspect here potentially some drivers out there just to set a lap time initially on the softs to chase later on the mediums.
Yeah, absolutely, and I'll second the welcome and thank you for subscriptions to our new guys. Make sure you jump in the chat. We do have a half an eye on the chat, and we do like to communicate with you guys as our fans. If you have any questions for us, use the hashtag AskMoosey, hashtag AskDeezy, and we'll always try and answer your questions. And Deez, I had a hashtag AskDeezy for you last night, mate.
You did, mate. And here we go. Forever Shaq, one of our admins, has just gifted 3 subscriptions, one to Banana Hammock, one to Bambi, and one to Darkness Abyss, who, if you turn back to Silverstone pre-season race, what an absolute spending spree. So he gets a bit of love and back. But here comes Nat Hammer to kick off the session. And as he qualified second in Q1, I suspect this is a Delta time lap, and yes it is. The red lights on the back of the car are flashing, meaning the ERS is turned off, mate.
I didn't actually know that was what that meant, so...
Yeah, in qualifying it means that the ERS is turned off, and in the race it means that the car head is under 10% on the ERS available.
Oh, Banana Hammock with the zinger boxes in the chat. That gets me excited.
Doesn't it, mate? So here comes that hammer. Actually, we'll try and find someone who's on an actual genuine lap, as that's a bit more interesting to follow. Roscoe, yeah, we'll go to Roscoe, mate. So he's coming down the straight between 2 and 3, and Zing on Shack indeed. He's got another sub for Brad Day. Thank you, mate. We know you work hard for that money at Macca's, mate. We appreciate it. Too bad it's not KFC. You could hook us up more with the Zinger boxes.
Is Shaq a Mac stooge?
He is.
Oh, I'll have to go and see him, mate. Mac is the Mac Spicy Burger. I'm a very big fan.
Try to stay off the Macca's, mate. It's not good for you, but it tastes so good. It's great after a night out. Roscoe in the wall.
Oh, I think he actually just avoided it, mate, as he comes up through the castle section. So, yeah, I think another lick of paint on that Red Bull, and he might have been in the wall, but I'm pretty sure he avoided it. It does look like a very tidy little lap so far, apart from just running a little bit deep into that corner. Stays out of the wall there on the right, but gives himself every centimetre possible, which is very, very nice indeed. As Nat Hammer's set his delta time, and they're a lot slower than what we saw in Q1. So the first genuine time will be VSR Roscoe, as he's just got to plant his foot to the floor right now, and he will come through for a 1:39.0, which on that medium tyre isn't a horrible lap time at all.
Yeah, it's not bad, mate, but I have an inkling that might not be enough. Flourish goes to a 40.0, but we've already seen 38 zeros, so The delta time around 7 to 8 tenths of a second, meaning that he might need to find a bit more, but he might be safe. It did look like a very good lap there from VSR Roscoe Arm.
We're just seeing in the chat from, I'm sorry if I've said this wrong, it's Dubois.
Yeah, Dubois.
French name, but he's in the States. So, mate, just proving again that we are reaching our international guys. We'd love to know whereabouts in the States you're from, mate. It would be very early over there, I would have thought. Good morning to yourself. Yeah.
3, 4 a.m. potentially, depending on which coast or if you're in the middle somewhere. But hopefully you're enjoying the action. Darkness Abyss, he sets his delta time lap. Definitely not representative of the pace we're seeing from these guys. Is anyone else out there pushing Flourish? He is not. He's on invalid. Roscoe, he's got the battery turned off, but he is not pushing either. So we'll go on board with Apache Franks, the reserve driver for Aston Martin this evening. He's from South Dakota. Interesting, mate. It's probably one of the states I know the least about in the old US of A. All I know, America. Yeah.
America.
America. Here comes Apache. He's looking like he's got some good pace this evening from Q.
Oh, that's terrible. That's a race band.
A race band from the Combox. Who's going to replace us next week, Moosey?
Oh.
Luckily, mate, I'm the head of comms, so I'll sort us out. I'll sort us out with the management.
Apache Franks is on a hot lap, mate, and he's just coming into the castle section.
Yes, he is. It's not looking like a bad little lap time. This setup he's got running, it looks like he's got very good rotation in these slow speed corners, carrying some good speed. And that was great exit off the castle through turn 12.
Banana Hammock saying Venti in comms. Possibly not. As Apache Franks has hit the wall there on the exit of 13. Correct me if I'm wrong. Possibly not Venti. Although we do have to give Venti credit where it's due. He's got himself on the podium last night, so Venti, well done, mate, on a very, very nice P2 from yourself last night.
Yeah, absolutely. He had a very good performance and deserved a podium. It's been a long slog for Venti. And as Apache Franks, that's a 39.2, so looking good there in the Aston. And I'm going to revise my statement about Roscoe's lap. I think that will be safe. It's a very good lap time.
Yeah, Apache Franks, I think he might have a little bit more in the tank, in the bank as well. As I mentioned, he did hit the wall coming out of 13, so he will definitely have a little bit more in the tank.
Speaking of almost hitting the wall, Kraken might have scraped a bit of paint off of that right-hand end plate from his front wing. But he's flying out of turn 16 now, and he's got the power down hard as far as he can push that pedal. It is maximum go, go, go. He is juicing every bit of the ERS here as he's, I think, starting another lap or finishing his lap. And the ERS is quite high, so I think he's turned it down throughout that lap. And he's going again, yes, so only a 42, so the battery has been charged up for another attempt. And one of your teammates, I think Dino, is Blue Dog. He's coming towards the line. Let's see what he can do.
Yeah, it's a 39 flat, and on that medium content tyre, we've seen a few guys as that. Wow, M Stone, a 38.6, if you do not mind, on the medium tyre. So times are really starting to trouble. Nearly going to the 38.2. So I think you're going to be right, mate. With I'm
going to revise my revisement. I'm going to revise my revisement about Roscoe's lap time. It's not going to be enough. Look at that from Milligate. That is quick.
Yeah, that it is. And I think we had is it an Alfa Romeo? No, it's an Aston Martin. I think Apache Franks was just in the wall there a little bit as. Who's going slowly through sector 2? No idea.
Tab just opening on lap. I think Apache is just on a slow in lap as the other Aston Martin is in the pit lane. But he comes crazy Kiwi, mate. Someone who hasn't quite shown his ultimate pace so far this season, but we know he's got a whole lot in the tank. He went pick 1 in the draft for Mercedes, and there you go. He's up into 5th at the moment, so not too bad from Kiwi. He's probably got a bit more in the tank, I suspect, as he's gone in a little bit deep there at turn 1. And here comes Kraken, mate.
I jumped on board with him as he just crossed the line for a 1:38.4. So yes, he's done an extra lap, but he is very, very comfortable with the lap time he's got now.
Yeah, definitely. His teammate Nanhammer is just pushing as well. Both of them having issues on the first lap on the mediums, but pushing. And it's a purple second sector for Nanhammer. He was second in the first qualified session. We know who's got pace this evening. And he's not got a tow from in front, but not many drivers had so far. So it shouldn't really affect him at all.
Yeah, absolutely. He's running very, very low on fuel, as you can see on your screen. So the less weight in the car, the faster you will go, as he does a 38.2. So it looks like somewhere around that time from Roscoe may be the cutoff, which is a 39 flat. I expect quite a few drivers to seriously improve on their lap times.
Here comes Tabs, mate, in the Alpha Tauri, and he just pops it behind his teammate. So it's Alpha Tauri filling in the Haas sandwich at the front, and there's got a side of Williams and Red Bull down there in P5 and 6. They are the potato and gravy, the zingers and the chips. They are the Alpha Tauris and the Haas boys.
Oh.
Making your mouth water a little bit there,
oh,
my moose.
Mate, I'm frothing it. Frothing a bit of the zing.
I might need another beer, but here comes Jay Kelly. He's out on the soft tyre, unlike the rest of the field. Not feeling like he has the pace to go through on the medium tyres. He might be targeting P11, Moosey, which is a pretty good position to start as you get a fresh tyre set without the pain of starting on softs if you go around P9, P8 or P10. Which where Jay Kelly, I think if he squeezed every bit of performance out of himself...
Oh, and Kraken with a huge block on Dino 420 fan.
Dino just starting up his lap, not on a lap at the moment, but probably won't be happy about that one if it was as big as you've indicated there, Moosey.
Oh, maybe I'm not sure if Kraken just didn't see him or whether he was trying to give him a little bit of a tow, but he definitely moved later than you would have hoped in the path of Dino 420 fan.
That's it, mate. Jay Kelly goes up into P6, and as we were watching on board with him, Millicane's improved to a 37.9 on the mediums, and Ebstone improved by a couple of tenths of a second to go to a 38 dead on his medium compound tyres. So the lap times are falling very quickly here at the Azerbaijan circuit. Mr. Fury Strat, he's out on his lap time. He's coming out of the castle now. What's he got on those mediums after setting his lap time on the softs? And he won't want to be starting the race on those, so he needs to finish this lap time at least.
Yeah, that he does, and we're definitely starting to see these lap times fall now. Dino 420 fam, I'm on board with him, and he's absolutely flying on this lap. Gets very close to the wall there. He's just got a couple of corners here to navigate to post his first lap time as he goes purple through the middle sector. So he's
flying.
Absolutely flying.
They're all flying. ZN, Horizon maybe. Thank you for the follow. We appreciate it. As Fury only manages 7th here. I will flick back to Dino, who you said was absolutely flying in the Ferrari. And is it going to be a 37? Not quite, but it is third. So very
absolutely
nice
on fire in that Ferrari, Dino. For a controller player. He's very handy indeed.
Definitely he is. Brad Tay in the Mercedes, he's coming down to the back of Sector 2. He's 1 second up on his previous best, but we know he backed off over the line, and we've got a hashtag AskDeezy. How important are the meds here in Q2? Look, I'm bursting into tomorrow night, so I'm going to tell you that they're very unimportant. Wink face. The softs are a great race tyre. They last a long time. But here comes Brad Tay. In the Mercedes, what can he manage here? And it's only 11th for Brad Tay, so he'll have to go on again.
Yeah, I did say that the 39 flat was going to be the time to get, but 5 drivers are on a 39 flat.
Yes, they are, mate. It's very close.
Look at how close that is. From
AJ Wood with a raid of 5 viewers. Thank you, mate. We appreciate it. How was your stream? What were you playing? as Flourish pushes himself up into P3 on the soft compound tyres. So Flourish is going to be well and truly safe now. Here comes Fury, currently sitting 10th. He's up by 1/10 of a second, which will be lifting him over the likes of Apache Frank. Can he find any further time? No, so only 9th for Fury. And he's now going to be sitting and waiting to see if he makes it or not. Both of the Mercedes, they're out there. The Alpine is out there. So 3 drivers are out there. They can demote him, as well as Apache Franks in the Aston Martin.
Darkness Abyss got a lot of curb there and got incredibly airborne, but he is 3 seconds up on his best time at the moment. With 1 sector to go, he is looking very, very close to getting out of this Q2 session.
He's pushing it hard, and I'm willing him on. The Alpine captain I am, so go on, Darkness, get into Q3. The 2 Mercedes behind, I think Crazy Kiwi is the lead of them, as well as Apache Frank, but Darkness goes in and pushes Fury down, and this could be the end of qualifying for Fury. If the likes of Brad Tay can push him out, they might, mate. Brad Tay does push him out, so Brad Tay just drops into 10th. Will he last there? Apache, he is 7 tenths down.
Going a lot slower,
7 seconds. 7 seconds down is Apache, and Kiwi's 4 seconds down. He's got no front wing. So Brad Tay will make it.
It is.
Brad Tay's going to make it.
That's exactly right, mate. Q2's done. The only drivers out there are on cooldown laps, so that is the end of Q2.
We haven't talked about him, but Roscoe down in 13th, that lap time, which was good enough for P1 early on, is only good enough for 13th at the end of the session. Yeah, that's lucky for unlucky for Roscoe there. I thought it was a very, very nice lap time indeed, but not the case. And he will start P13. These drivers are bloody quick, mate. They are bloody quick. You were doing my team tonight, AJ. Very nice, but that puncture, that sucks, man. Hopefully we'll avoid any major damage chaos here tonight. But we've got the final qualifying session of Q3 remaining, and we'll see what the drivers can manage. My prediction of a 37.3 for pole position could come to fruition, mate, but we might even see lower.
It definitely could, and mate, it's worth mentioning that we haven't seen any of the drivers kiss the wall at turn 19 there. Of course, we lost 9 drivers there last night.
8, I think it was 8.
Yeah, we lost quite a number of drivers at turn 19 there last night, and so far so good tonight. Let's see if the trend can continue.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll be back in 2 seconds, mate.
No worries at all. As we're just seeing a little bit of a delay. I'm not sure if there's a couple of drivers still out on track. Yes, there is. Brad Tay and Darkness Abyss just on their way back to the pit lane. So we'll run through the 5 drivers that have been knocked out in this session. They are Crazy Kiwi, Blue Dog there, Roscoe, we mentioned very unlucky. Apache Franks, P12 on debut, that's not a bad effort at all. Mr. Fury Strat in P11. So the drivers through to Q3, 10 of them, we will have all 10 in the Q3 session. And they will be playing for all the marbles here in Baku. So Milligan's the only man into the 137 so far tonight. And he's looking very, very quick indeed. Will Deasy get his prediction of a 37.3 for pole? I think it'll be close to a 37.5. But we will see in about 20 seconds time. We will get lights out for Q3. Just seeing from Donny that I put the commentator's curse on someone. Who did I put the commentator's curse on there, Donny? Hit me up in the chat. I'm happy to I'm happy to curse someone. I don't think I have though. Have I mentioned any driver by name?
It might have been me. That's one of my talents. But
oh, do you know what I reckon it is? I reckon it's because I said that that lap there from Roscoe. No.
Roscoe, I reckon. Maybe Roscoe.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, definitely.
The turn. Turn 19.
Oh, there you go. So, The real tight spot, Rom Dan and Pantho. Thanks for the follow, guys. We're loving the support from all of you guys on this stream. Hopefully you're enjoying the action. As here comes Q3, and we're going to see some low 37s here, mate. And who will take pole position? However, pole position here is not exactly the most vital compared to last week at Monaco, where it was of absolute importance.
Well, mate, I actually think that pole position actually gives you a little bit of a disadvantage here in Baku, because it puts you on the outside of the track, if I'm not mistaken. So it's definitely better to qualify P2 and have the inside line there into turn 1.
Yeah, it is definitely a corner you can go side by side going comfortably. So it's not the end of the world to be on the outside there, but it does mean you're going to be put on the outside of turn 2, mate, where the outside line is definitely a disadvantage.
We're just hearing in the chat from AJ Wood 9 that he filled in the driver rego yesterday. Doesn't know if the boys have seen it. I would assume that the higher ups have seen it.
Yeah, I can comment on that. Forever Shaq, he will be in contact with you in the coming days. Obviously.
Oh, my man, Urban Scyther!
Urban Scyther with 5 gifted subs to a few of the boys. Old mate Kurt included, Big Al as well. Thank you, mate. We appreciate it. Girk's in the chat as well. Hello, Girkonomo. It's been a while since we've seen your name in OSRL. It was ORL back in those days.
Yeah.
But Dino's been stuck at the front of the train. He's going to lead us away, and he's got a hash tucked up behind. He's going to be getting a bit of a slipstream. But here we go, Moosey. Q3 action.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And we'll ride on board here with the Ferrari of Dino 420 fam. He's giving a very nice toe to Nat Hammer. But will Nat Hammer actually be a little bit hindered by this, as he might just catch the back of Dino 420, like I did with a driver in Q1 last night. So Dino tucks it into turn 1 very nicely, brake as late as you can, and he gets nice rotation through the car there into turn 2. DRS wide open down that back straight, and he'll be trying not to compromise himself too much with a car right behind him. He gets very nicely into 3 and tucks the car as far over to the left there so that he can get through turn 4 very nicely. Coming through this nice little kink here, and it's good if you just compromise yourself a little bit into that first part of that turn to get a nice exit out of the second there. We're coming through the castle section there. Dino got a little bit twitchy there, not exactly ideal, but very nice there through the castle. And this is actually looking like a very nice lap here from Dino at the moment. Gets the power on nice and hard. Absolutely flat out till you get to the downhill braking zone. Right here, Dino as late on the brakes as possible. Gets as close to that wall as he dares to without touching. And he's only got a couple of braking points to find here now, and he's nailed it. He is going to open the car up, plant the foot to the floor, and absolutely smash the ERS button. And this is going to be a very nice lap time from Dino indeed, as he's just dropped Kraken a little bit, not Kraken, Nat Hammer behind him a little bit. And it is a 1:37.3. So
my
mate,
prediction's already up there.
You are spot on with that prediction, and that is going to take some beating from the rest of the field.
It certainly is, mate. Absolute with the 5 gifted. Thank you, my friend. We appreciate it. Here comes Milligains, and it's only enough for second, but it is so close. M-Stone drops in a 37.9. I suspect used tyres for some of these guys out there. Joe Kelly, he's coming into the pit lane. What can Kraken manage? He's coming into the pit lane as well. So Dino and Milligains are in a bit of a cluster of their own at the moment. As Banana Hammock moves in with the subs. He's gifted 5. We're loving this support, lads.
Oh,
this
we've got a hype train going.
We've got the hype train going. We love to see it. Get involved. You don't have to, but we do appreciate every one of you chipping in.
Kicked off at a level 4 hype train, if you do not mind.
Level 4, level 5 being the max, and we're almost there. Only 13% to go. We've had about 15 gifted subs in the last 2 or 3 minutes. We are loving this. Brad Tay, he's pushing once again, but he's probably going to run out of the ERS at the end of his main straight. But definite issues for Jay Kelly and Kraken out there, not to get the lap times on the board.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's worth mentioning that Dino is a controller player. It's pretty well noted that the controller guys are just that fraction slower than the wheel guys. So very, very nice lap time there. As he and Milligains are the only people in the 37 threes at the moment. Yeah, well, it's actually funny. Some certain tracks are actually good for the controller. This being one of them, Baku. It actually favours the controller. If you've got even skilled players on each device, the controller should come out in front now with the 90-degree corners that feature heavily on this circuit. But unlike Monaco last week where the wheel users have a big advantage, just not a huge advantage for these guys. But that's round 1 of Q3 over. Dino on top with Milligains hot in pursuit. And we'll see if anyone can get even close to them. But the 37.3, my predicted pole time, is up there, mate, so we're looking good. Yeah, you've absolutely nailed that. And we have hit the level 5 of that hype train now. My man, Urban Cypher, just gifting another sub there to Romdan. 123. So my man Urban Cypher, must be payday there at the Cypher household. He's absolutely making it rain. It's all raining down. It's raining down hell. We had sufficiently okay with the follow in there as well, mate. We'll give you some love as well. And Mastavel, if I've said that right, ask him what's going on. G'day, mate. How are you? Let us know whereabouts in the world you are from, because, mate, we are international. The last couple of weeks we have had people from all over the world. So, welcome. Let us know where you're from, and if you have any questions, and if any of the other new viewers we have any questions, use the hashtag AskDeezy or the hashtag AskMoosey. We will always have half an eye on the comments section. So, mate, this hype train is just it's still going. Yeah, mate, it's still going. We're peaked out at level 5, so thank you guys for all the love and support. Banana Hammock, Absolute, Urban Scyther, Forever Shack as well. We do appreciate it. AJ had the raid for 5 viewers a little earlier on. Division 16 has just given us a follow. Thank you. And if you're asking about what was happening, it was Shack and Urban go again! Oh my goodness. While all that hype train was going on, Mastavel has come in, and he's from the UK, mate. So, hello, governor, to you, and that is terrible. Welcome, mate. Moosey, that is awful. We'll have to get an episode of The Bill on, I think. The Office UK or the Office US? No, the Bill, mate. Go old school. The Bill, old school. I'm a bit before my time, Moosey. That notwithstanding, mate, welcome. We love that a few guys from the UK get into us. We love that we've reached so many countries now. And welcome to yourself, as Brad Tay is just starting his his next flying lap. Just is, he's just kicking it off. So currently sitting in P6. We know Brad Tay's got a bit more in the tank. We'll see if he can deliver it here. But yeah, seriously, we're loving all the support, guys. We appreciate it. Anyone who's just joined us, you've joined us in the middle of a hype train. The support we're getting here on this stream for these tier 2 boys, just the OSRL community as a whole, we're loving it. We really do appreciate it. And everyone who's been gifted a sub, make sure you use those emotes, the Zinger box, the Tornado Hot Lap emote here in Q3. Spice it up. The hot laps are coming in now. Maximum pace, maximum attack. Get on those Zinger emojis, lads. Yeah, and here comes Brad Tay in the castle, carrying some good speed and Ty-Star. It's lucky not to validate there. As Banana Hammock drops another 5! As Brad Tay is going to try and drop in a hot lap time. Oh, sheesh.
Absolutely, and it's funny you say that. I am downing a brewski at the moment in celebration of all this. Not a shot, but a nice beverage, and this is insane. Let's see if we can see some insane lap times. A lot of guys out there, they are on and out lap at the moment. As Whitey's got his pocket dip, he's dipping into his own wallet. That's probably coming out of the money that people are spending. He's just reimbursing it back in. But here comes Brad Tay, and he only manages 6. He stays there. This is insane. I can't keep up with this. Brad Tay,
it is flat out, and mate, somehow we've only got 1 minute left in this session. So there's been so much happening in the chat that we just haven't paid a great deal of attention, and the last 6 or 7 minutes has just disappeared on us.
It has. It's flying by, Moosey. It's almost time for lights out, but it's all eyes on the screen for the likes of Tabbed and Darkness Abyss. Into the wall a little bit is Tabbed there down through turn 15. He is 6/10 up, however, and if he holds that margin, he's going to really challenge those boys to the front for pole position. He's on a cracker. Yeah,
absolutely. We're like Oprah here in the chat. You get a sub, you get a sub, you get a sub. But Jay Kelly has done a 38.9 and won't improve from P9. So, Tabbed is into the 37.1s, and is Dino? I think Dino might have hit the wall, mate.
We'll try and get a little bit of a view of the front wing. All intact, all good for Dino 420 fam.
Maybe
these guys are pushing. Brad Tay, he's sort of half a second up on his previous best as the rest of the guys set up on their lap time. The Miller Gaines is the driver behind, but he's about half a lap back on Brad Tay. So he's in a world of his own here. What can he do here in qualifying?
I'll tell you what,
and he
mate.
Goes up into P5.
To the pointy end, Dino 420 fam in the first sector is at almost 2/10 up. Dino is flying.
He is flying. We'll go on board with Miller Gaines now. We haven't got his first sector split, but we'll get a second sector split in a minute. He's sliding through 15. He's pushing, and more subs coming in. And Miller Gaines is just even with his time here. He's gonna need to pull something special here through 16, 17, 18, and 19. He is pushing. Shaq with another 5. This is ridiculous. I've got to keep my eyes on the action for now. We'll get back to the subs in the interim between qualifying and the race, but here comes Miller Gaines. What can he manage? He can't manage. He doesn't improve,
but Dino's improved to heaps. He's gonna take pole, I think, here, and he does a 37 flat. If you do not mind, he is your provisional pole sitter. So Kraken's around. Kraken is around at the final corner, mate. So he won't set a lap time at all. Jay Kelly and Flourish Expire on the Jay Kelly into the pits. So Flourish Expire, the only man that can do anything about it now, and he is in the pits also. So that is qualifying. We've seen the Ferrari of Dino 420 fam take pole in Baku.
Well done to Dino in that Ferrari. He's pulled out an absolute masterclass at the end. He pips Tabbed by 1/10 of a second. That's a very good lap as well from Tabbed. Miller Gaines makes it a 2-3 for AlphaTauri. M-Stone, he's performed very well. And Brad Tay, a good qualifying from him down there in P5. But what a qualifying, the distraction of the subs as well.
Oh, mate, Dubois in the chat saying, is Tier 1 this spicy? Mate, it is even more zinger-like. Actually, hang on. Do they? I'm not sure they have zingers in the States. So, mate, I will tell you, it is this spicy. It is Tier 1 is a whole nother level. But we will quickly run through this top 10. We have Kraken in 10th, Jay Kelly 9th, Flourish Expire P8, Darkness Abyss 7th, Nat Hammer 6th, Brad Tay 5th, M-Stone 4th, Miller Gaines P3, and on the front row we will have Tabbed and Dino 420 fam. We will run through it properly on the formation lap and give you the whole grid, but mate, I've seen somewhere in this chat as well that we've got about 90 viewers as well, so hello to everyone.
I think we're sitting at 86 at the moment, which is insane. Can we hit 100? Call your mates, text them, get them in the chat. Let us hit that magical 3-figure number. And they've got all the incentive to come into the chat. Subs are flying left, right, and centre from the all of the boys: Forever Shaq, Donny, Urban Scyther, Whitey, Banana Hammock. Who else has been chipping in? Absolute. Everyone, we appreciate it. Who else have we got? We've got a couple of followers among this. We've got Digital Darius. Darius. Sorry if I've mispronounced that one. We haven't had time to roll the intro on this one, Moosey, so we're just going to go straight to the formation lap. And we're almost ready to go. Squelchy boy, thank you for the follow, mate. We do appreciate it. And we're almost ready for lights out. Just a formation lap to go, and then we're going to be on the grid for lap 1 of 26 around this 6-kilometre circuit.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. Give yourself a little break there, mate. As you've just it sounds like you've got a little bit hoarse there. So we will run through this grid. Of course, if you have any questions at home, for all of those viewers, use the hashtag AskDeezy or hashtag AskMoosey. So we'll run through the grid now, and it is Dino420 fam in the Ferrari with that 137 flat in qualifying just there. He'll be accompanied by Tab Def1 in P2, Milligains P3, M-Stone P4, Brad Tate in P5, Nat Hammer P6, Darkness Abyss in P7, Flourish Expire in P8, but he's on those soft compound tyres. So too is Jay Kelly there in P9. Kraken in P10 will round out the top 10. Mr. Fury Strat in P11 there. Apache Franks I thought was a little bit unlucky, but he had a really good debut to his OSRL ventures there in P12. Roscoe in P13, Blue Dog P14. Crazy Kiwi has elected the hard compound tyre there, and he's currently in P15. Pardon me. The Stig in P16, Nickman in P17, OSRL Donny in P18 with his teammate of Nick Magoo in P19, and Suicide 5 will round out the grid.
Mate, even more chaos. Urban with another 5, bang! And Shaq's given 500 biddies, so thank you, boys. And we've got a prediction up there. Get in on it quick, only about 30 seconds remaining on it. Will there be a lap 1 safety car, yes or no? Spend your channel points. If you win, you'll be double. You will get back times 2 what you put in. If you obviously lose, you'll lose them all. And hashtag AskDeezy, what did you have for dinner tonight? I had a couple of Stone and Woods, mate. I am on the beers, that's all the carbs I need. I had a bit of pasta, I'm doubling up on the carbs here. But it's going to be one hell of a call here. It's almost time for lights out. I am Sandeezy, Red Bull Moose alongside me, and we're going to have 26 laps of action.
Yeah, that we are, mate. And there's a couple of boys that have laid down some serious rubber in front of their pit box, and Tab Def1 is one of those with quite a lot of rubber laid down in front of his box. So we are just waiting for the last couple of cars to...
Why'd he go for another 5? Oh, sorry, 4. I can't count at this point. It's got to be around 50 subs at this point. This is absolutely ridiculous. The 1 stop off the mediums, the 2 stop if you've got softs on for Flourish and Jay Kelly. But here we go. The lights are going to be coming on shortly. It is Dino420 fam on the left. It is Alpha Tauri of Tab F1 on the right. They are your front row. This is going to be insane. The lights are just coming on now. We haven't got any lights. That's a bit of an anticlimactic start to this one.
They're definitely being held by Charlie Whiting here.
Here we go.
1, 2, 3. We have 5. And it is
and let's go
out.
racing.
And away we go. A very nice start there from Dino420 fans. Someone's in the wall. Someone is in the wall a bit further back.
Oh, and AlphaTauri deep in turn 1. AlphaTauri turn 1 and very deep, losing a couple of positions.
Jay Kelly absolutely got schnitzel minced off the line, and he was in the wall hard, and doesn't look like he has any front wing damage, but surely he hasn't escaped.
Oh, Bronte and Milligan side by side down in towards turn number 3. Bronte on the inside, will he take it? They're still side by side fighting. That is great respect from these two. And Milligan holds around the outside. The two Hasses and they're dueling over P6 at the moment. He comes to that hammer up the inside of Bronte into the chicane of 5 and 6. And Bronte just holds on to that, but the exit. The switchback from Nuthammer was insane!
And Kraken getting interested in this as well, so can the two Haas boys help each other out? It does look like they are at the moment, as it looks like we're going to get through the castle section fairly unscathed, and it looks like everyone's got through there very nicely, as Jay Kelly is the last man to get through there now. But mate, it is all happening as Kraken... Kraken, it's saying that he's only a 10th off Brad Tay. Not the case, but it is one of the closer battles on track. Apart from Flourish Expire and Darkness Abyss battling away, they got Brad Tay and Kraken in front of them for P6, 7, 8, 9, and Apache Franks on the back of this for P10 as well. So it has been a very, very tidy lap one indeed. Your leader is Dino 420 fam out front. He's got a lead of about 6/10 at the moment. As he's he in the pits?
No, just a telemetry glitch playing havoc once again. He holding, it's the two at front, the front row, and then it's M-Stone up in P3, mate. He's jumped ahead of Milligains after who went deep down there at turn 1. The Alpha Romeos are in all sorts of turmoil. Fury into the pits. Joe Kelly running in 19, so not a good start for those guys.
No, not at all, mate.
And Brad Tay in the Mercedes is in a Haas sandwich down there in P5. Kraken's made a couple of positions off the start, so good on him. We'll just bring that up so you guys can see who's moved where and who the big losers and winners will be, as the telemetry is playing all sorts of havoc again. But that's not what's important. What's important is the action.
Action.
The action. Flourish Expire. He's made his way past Darkness Abyss on that soft compound tyre. Darkness on the medium. So Flourish will be enjoying a little bit of tyre advantage for the first couple of laps, but not for long. They're on lap 2 of lap 26, despite what that graphic's telling you. It is lap 2, not lap 3.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I know the time's flying by tonight. Oh, Roscoe around!
Is he out though?
No, he's not out, but he's
facing the wrong way.
Facing the wrong way, and he has been spun around on his own accord. And we're at 97, 3 more, come on! As Tab is keeping Dino honest here at the front, half a second. And the DRS will now be opening on the next lap, the next tour around this 6-kilometre circuit. And Dino has not been able to break away, but Milligains is going past M-Stone, and there's who's in New Orleans, Nick Magoo, he's out down there in turn 19. And the virtual safety car deployed. The
Will
VSC
we see
deployed.
the upgrade?
Will we? We're not quite sure. I don't think we will.
A drive-through penalty for Blue Dog, severe collision with Darkness Abyss. So have they just touched each other under the safety car? We do know that that's quite a prevalent feature in the game, as Nick Magoo is out as well. Or is it Jay Kelly that's gone out as well?
Jay Kelly, mate.
Either way, they are both out of this race, and we are at 97 viewers, lads, so make a phone call your grandma, send out a tweet, whatever you guys have got to do. Let's hit the 3 digits on viewers for tonight.
That's it, mate. Beatfly, hello to you, love. Hope you're going well. The only person this is really benefiting, really, is VSR Roscoe, who's been able to make a cheaper pit stop after he spin down there through turns 13 and 14. But we're still waiting to get back underway. Who will get the best jump? I think we're about to get go racing, and yes, we are.
Wow.
And
we didn't even get a
so
warning.
well done. Yeah, well, I saw everyone sort of flooring it on the throttle, so I suspected we were about to go. And no one with a drive-through penalty, so well done. They've all kept it under the speed limit. But Tab, he's going to have the DRS now at the end of lap 3, and he's right up the gearbox of Dino.
Yeah, a little mistake there from Dino on the exit of that corner, and I think this is going to be very easy pickings for Tab. We mentioned that the tow here is very, very valuable, and he's deploying all of that ERS, but Dino not deploying any. So does Dino just want to pick that battle a little bit, save his ERS, and know that probably P2 is the quicker way around at the moment, just to get yourself a little bit of a gap Having said that, we do have a yellow flag in Sector 3. Not sure what's happened. Having said that, it's worth mentioning that Milligains, the teammate of Tabbed, is all over the back of Dino420 as well. So could there be a little bit of team play from the AlphaTauri boys?
Mate, into the pit lane, Kraken. So he's fallen like a stone. He's dragging in Kiwi and Blue Dog with him. So some sort of issue with those three. I suspect a lot of damage on those front wings. So those guys, they are in for new tyres and new wings. They are putting on medium compound tyres.
Yeah, the mediums definitely won't make it to the end just yet. I'm not even certain that the hards will make it to the end comfortably.
Yeah, I definitely think that's the decision making. The hards may not make it, so might as well get mediums to soft going, as opposed to a hard to soft, the hard to medium, which is definitely not ideal from there. But Tab now leads this race, and he's run away from Dino, 1.3 seconds.
Yeah, I think Dino's just struggling a little bit out there, as we're seeing a yellow in Sector 2. I think Dino's just struggling a little bit.
Darkness in the wall. The road is blocked in the castle, mate.
Blocked. Oh my goodness.
And Darkness gets the reset going, so he hampered, I think that was Donnie in the McLaren, as his teammate Suicide 5 was able to sneak past, and the safety car is out! The safety car is out. What will they do at the front?
If it was ever going to come, out, it was going to be then, wasn't it? Because blockage at the castle section. Of course, we did see the pre-race briefing from the OSRL stewards, as both of these blokes out front have stayed out, and so too has Milligains. I thought AlphaTauri might have split strategies there, but we did see a pre-race briefing from the OSRL stewards. That said, if there was a situation like that through the castle section, that you could reset to track. Of course, you are not allowed to reset to track in quite a lot of the OSRL season. Monaco and here is the only two places they will allow it, which is good. It promotes good, clean driving.
I think as well it's Singapore, mate, over that bridge section in Sector 2 as well. I think that may be the third exception, but Darkness Abyss makes it to the pit lane. And this safety car, at least, well, after his issue down there at the castle, is going to help him not lose too much lap time. And we saw the Aston Martin of Flourish pit off of those soft compound tyres. He's gone to the mediums, mate, so a definite two-stopper for him. So he's joined now on the strategy as the rest of the cars in front of him.
Yeah, that he has. And while we got a little bit of a lull in action, I'll just run us through the big position changes. Suicide 5 is up 11 positions. The Stig up 8, and they're going to be quite prevalent. Nickman up 7. OSRL Donny up 6. So they're going to have quite a lot of what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know. Let's just give up on that sentence. Yeah. It was in my head and then I lost it.
Well, you can't get them all.
As a punishment, I'll have to go and buy a Zinger box, I think.
Yeah, well, you can buy me one while you're at it, mate. But sorry, at the front, Tabbed, who got that run on Dino on lap 3 with the DRS. So very well done to him. He's up in first after qualifying second. Dino, who looks to be struggling a little bit. This safety car might help him to regain his rhythm, or get into a rhythm, as the safety car will probably be in at the end of the next lap, as Darkness is still trying to catch the back of them, as well as Blue Dog. And we're almost at pit lane entry, meaning the safety car will go once again.
Yeah, absolutely. We saw the safety car stay out probably longer than it should have on a couple of occasions last night for the Tier 3 guys. Of course, for our new subscribers, we run 3 tiers over 3 nights. Tier 3 on a Tuesday night, Tier 2, which you're currently watching, on a Wednesday night, and Tier 1 on a Thursday night. We did see last night the safety car probably stay out a lap longer than it should have, and I wonder if that'll be the case here tonight as well. Yeah, it's worth mentioning that Tab was starting to run away from Dino420 fam a little bit. So not exactly ideal for him, but if he can manage it, the restart, he will have excellent pace, as we've seen through the first part of this race.
Yeah, that's right, mate. Tabbed, he was running away a little bit with it, but he still definitely has the pace. So he's shown that as he was able to break away from Dino. We're not sure if it was a mistake from Dino, but Tab's got significant pace here. And roaring with a follow. Thanks, mate. We appreciate it. Welcome. Tier 2 action here on a Wednesday night. Tier 1 tomorrow night on the Thursdays. And yesterday was the Tier 3 boys. The 3 divisions for OSRL across the 3 nights, as you were touching on, Moosey. All 7:30 PM Australian Eastern Standard Time. And I think that translates to around 10:30 or 9:30 AM in the UK. Not really sure what it translates to in the US. Probably about 3-4 AM.
Yeah. Well, we did see from one of our viewers who I think said they were in South Dakota that it was 3 AM over there. So Dubois with us tonight from South Dakota. Make sure you give him a little bit of love in the chat as he's an international viewer. Yeah, he was saying it's very early over there, so not sure if you're up for work or whether you're just having a late night, mate. But we do appreciate you watching here tonight, as we do with all of our internationals. As the safety car lights are out, so Tabbed will take control of the safety car queue, but he's definitely getting on with it. The safety car really not running away very much.
Yeah, Moosey, he's not given too much space, but he can't really slow down now. He's got to keep this pace. He can't slow down. So he's just keeping it consistent. And when will he go? Dino, he's giving him a lot of chase behind it. There you go, they've gone.
Oh, Dino read that very well. And Dino will get the cut back here from turn 1. And it is a fairly... Mate, they're all through turn 1 and turn 2 fairly comfortably, as Dino right on the back of Tab, but Milligane's catching him. So the Alpha Tauris have got a lot of pace in them tonight by the look of it. As Tab,
yes, they do, mate. Eb Stone as well. He's looking pretty fast.
Yeah, absolutely. Tab looked like he just sort of... Well, I won't say he cocked it up, but yeah, it looked like he didn't get the greatest getaway. Dino definitely reacting very quickly to it, but just the pace in that AlphaTauri was enough to get him through the restart.
Flying out in front. It's now 0.7 of a second already. He's got some significant pace on these medium tyres. He is flying. We've got a couple more gift subs from Urban and Banana Hammock. Stop it, lads. We can't take any more. But he's already broken Dino, Tabbed. Oh, he's almost broken him. It's almost at a second. It's stretching between 0.9 of a second and 1 second. So, can he do it? He's got one more lap to do it to break the DRS. Milliganes is about 0.8 back. So is M-Stone, Nat Hammer. He's putting some significant pressure on the back of that Williams in that Colgate Haas. The Russian sporting Haas car, heavily sponsored by the Mazepin family, but he might have to wait for the DRS, the slipstream, not quite enough with the juicing of the battery that we're seeing. But someone making the move is the Stig. He's moving past Apache into turn 1 on the inside. Nice move there from the Stig, but Apache tries to hang it around the outside, and he's going to have the outside for turn 2, which is not the favourable line. And he's going to have to yield the position to the Williams. So nice move there from the Stig.
Yeah, absolutely. But he's going to have a nice run on him here with a little bit of a slipstream. So Apache will try and fight it back, but he is just that little bit too far back. So yeah, definitely move done there from the Stig, and it looked very nice indeed.
Yeah, it was a very nice move without the use
a little
of the
bit
DRS.
Further back, a little bit further back. Donny has made a move on Roscoe. They are wheel to wheel as Roscoe gets back past him. And it looks like Roscoe might lose out to Crazy Kiwi. No, not quite. So,
no, not quite this time. The three of them were dueling over that position there. And Darkness just hanging in the background, sort of observing. He's on that hard compound tyre, so he's going to the end. As Donny makes a mistake, which allows Kiwi to slip past him out of turn 7 there into the castle section. But back at the front, it's a 2-second lead now for Tabbed. And Dino is significantly hampering Milliganes.
Yeah, I think Dino, I'm not sure if he's got any damage or not, but yeah, he's definitely struggling at the moment. Someone else that's struggling, B-Fly, in the chat, just saying that he's in a full lockdown for 2 weeks.
Milligane's in the wall!
Wow.
Milligane's in the wall out of turn 19. The entirety of that front wing is sent flying into the air. And luckily he doesn't have a long stretch of the track to get back. But Roscoe, he's out there, down there. He's crashed just where the Alpha Tauri did as well. And he's gone fully around. And that's just more trouble for his race. But Dino gets a little bit of relaxation now that Milligane's just giving him that bit of clear air behind.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. And it's probably worth mentioning that the medium compound tyre runners, they're not a million miles away from pitting, so not as bad as it probably could have been for Milligane's, and he will try and get those hard compound tyres to the end.
Yeah, they will make it now to the end quite comfortably here from Moosey. You can pit around lap 6 for the hard compound tyres, and Roscoe's parks in the pit lane. He's had enough, mate. It's been it's been a difficult night there for Roscoe. M-Stone, he's still pushing that hammer along, and he's got a big train behind him. That hammer, it strings all the way from him down to Crazy Kiwi down there in 12th position. So about 10 cars in that train.
Yeah, absolutely. And as I was mentioning before, a couple of boys have just said that they're in a little bit of a lockdown at the moment with the stuff going on around the world. So it's as bad as it has been pretty much everywhere. So don't forget to get behind your mates. Make sure they're all right mentally. And yeah, it is pretty shit what's going on around the world. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 1, Nickman going a little bit slowly. No, not Nickman, it's another blue car.
It's Roscoe, who's he retired in the pit lane, but his car did come out. M-Stone into the pit lane, mate. I think he picked up a little bit of damage on that lap. He dropped off the back of Nat Hammer, and that allowed Brad Tay, he was passing him on the main straight, but the wheel was pulled into the pit lane. And so Brad Tay is now up into 4th position, and he's chasing down Nat Hammer, who has not got the assistance of the DRS. He's 2.5 seconds off the back of Dino, who's 2.5 seconds off the back of Tab. So Tab's going very strongly here. Yeah,
that he is, mate. And Nat Hammer doing a pretty good job of defending, considering he's got, you said 8-9 drivers on the back of him. He's just doing enough to keep Brad Tay, especially behind him. So big up to Nat Hammer at the moment, just doing enough.
Yeah, that's right, mate. That is absolutely right. Fury straight pushing Suicide 5 along. Fury had an incident on lap 1 which demoted him to the back of the field, but these safety cars have allowed him to get back up inside the top 10 now.
Yeah, that they have, and it's worth mentioning, mate, the gap out front now is 3.2 seconds. So Tab's absolutely checking out up front in the Alpha Tauri.
Yeah, going very strongly. Brad Tay is keeping that hammer very honest here, and with the assistance of DRS down this main straight, he may be passed. And we've got an anonymous gift sub to Ray Gerard 8. So thank you to whoever that is who's given that anonymously. We do appreciate that. But Brad Tay, can he do it here into turn 1? He's closing in very rapidly. I'll tell you what, mate, Flourish has got past Apache. So
yes,
he has. Team orders, potentially.
Martin on another. I'm not so sure that
team orders.
I'm not so sure that was team orders as much as Flourish just having a better drive.
Yeah, well, he's got 5 laps less on the tyres, so that's definitely going to be helping him out of these traction zones. This track is very tough on the rear tyres, just giving that it's so many traction zones out of corners like this. Turn 3, where Brad Tay is coming from. He's in turn 4 now in another traction zone. And you can spool up the rears, the temperatures can get out of hand.
Yeah, absolutely, and this is a big train of cars, all the way from P3 right through until, let's call it P10 at the moment. So, yeah, no quarter given in any of these drivers, and to be fair, the boys up front really haven't checked out either.
Oh, Brad Tay struggling in the castle. As he lost a bit of front wing. What's going on? What's going on with Brad Tay here? He's just dropping positions.
He ran very wide there. I'm not sure he's got any damage, but yeah, he ran a little bit wide, and we said that a lot of these drivers are very close, and he has absolutely copped it in the proverbial with one little mistake.
Yes, now Flourish is up into fifth, who made that soft pitted off the softs early on.
Oh, Brad Tay really struggling here. Suicide 5 is all over the back of him, and I don't think he's even going to need DRS here, Suicide 5, because, wow, that was very easy indeed, as he's already gone past him.
Crazy Kiwi.
But Crazy
in
Kiwi
the Mercedes, he's got the double run on them both, and he's almost pushing Suicide 5 here down the main straight. He just boxed in from his teammate,
Suicide
who was coming
goes to
into
the
the pit
inside
lane.
line to defend. And around the outside, Crazy Kiwi gets that position done with a little bit fresher tyres.
Kiwi just had so much speed there, and Dino, he's come into the pit lane, mate, from second position. He comes out in ninth position ahead of M Stone in the Williams, who pitted a lap earlier onto the medium compound tyre.
He's got himself some very clean air as well, Dino, so he'll be trying to get as much of a dent in that lead of Tabbed as he can before Tab looks to react.
I suspect that M Stone will pass him quite easily with those mediums, so maybe Dino can get dragged along by M Stone in that Williams. But Flourish, he's up into third position.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's absolutely flying at the moment too. So he's got about a 1.3 second gap to Nat Hammer, who's in P2 currently on a little bit older tyres. So I wouldn't expect it's going to be too long before everyone on the mediums starts to come in, or everyone that started on the mediums tries to come in.
Yeah, definitely, mate. Killer Pitbull and GRG Assassin, cheers for the follows, lads. We do appreciate it. And welcome here to what has been a very action-filled night for Tier 2. And we're not even halfway through the race, Moosey.
No, that's exactly right. And Banana Hammock in the chat with hashtag AskDeezy, who do you think will be driver of the day? Don't forget to all our viewers, I'm not sure if we've hit 100 or not yet, but you can vote for your driver of the day. The link will be posted in the chat throughout various points throughout the night. So don't forget to vote for your driver of the day. But the hashtag was to AskDeezy, mate, driver of the day prediction.
Yeah, well, I think I'm going to give a couple more laps. Tabbed is in and out of the pit lane. M Stone did pass Dino, and he's still retained what is a 2.5 second gap back to M Stone. But M Stone's going to be flying on those mediums. But I believe that he started on the medium compound, meaning he wouldn't have to pit again. Likely to a soft compound tyre at the end of this one, mate. Yeah,
absolutely. And the form for the driver of the day is up. So whoever's in charge of the OSRL esports account has absolutely pulled a masterstroke. They must be watching.
That was me, mate.
I
have the access.
Potato Joe, g'day to you, mate. Welcome. If you are a new viewer, welcome. Let us know where in the world you're watching from. We do love it when we interact with our crowd. So let us know where you are at, mates, and welcome once again.
Yeah, mate. Closest battle on track at the moment is between the top two on track, Flourish Expire and Nat Hammer. Flourish Expire, he's on that differing strategy compared to the likes of Tabbed and Dino. He might run a bit longer into this race and put another set of the mediums on, or he might even push it to the soft compound tyres at the end. We'll wait and see. But he's got the DRS on. Nat Hammer now coming down the main straight. Nat Hammer staying out for another lap. And can he make it down into turn number one? It's going to be very close. Flourish dives to the inside, and he makes the position on the Haas of Nat Hammer.
Yeah, and a little bit further down the grid, Blue Dog and OSRL Donny absolutely fighting away. I think Donny got a little bit out of shape, and Blue Dog has gone past him to take what is P10 in this race.
Yes,
for those new viewers at home, the top 15 positions get points in the OSRL, not the top 10 as in normal Formula 1.
Yes, they do, mate. While you were speaking about that, Tabbed managed to sneak past Suicide 5 in the Alpine, who's been running on those mediums since the start of this one. And we'll see what can happen now. Nat Hammer is going to try and stick with Flourish, but I suspect that he'll be into the pit lane shortly. But he is extending potentially to the soft compound tyre for the second stint of his race.
Yeah, that he is. And Tommy Cooster, thank you for the sub, mate. We do appreciate it. We've got a couple of other guys in the chat at the moment.
Yes, Sasson, hello to you, mate. First time chat, thank you, mate. We appreciate it. Hope you're going well. And who else have we got here? We've got M Stone. He's pushing Suicide 5 around the castle. Sorry, not the castle section, the old city section of this Baku City Street circuit. As we've plunged down the hill towards turn 16, where this massive, I think it's about a 12-lane highway when Formula 1 isn't racing here.
Mate, on board with M Stone. M Stone is lining up Suicide 5, and so too is Dino 420 fam. This is going to be very easy indeed, I would have thought, as we've got a yellow flag.
Nick Mann's in the wall down at 15, mate, but we're going to stay with this action between the Ferrari, the Alpine and the Williams. Both of them sneak past Suicide 5. Can Dino get M Stone as well?
Oh,
Not
Dino
quite into turn 1, he was right up the back of him. Yes, he will. He will be seeing that red light from M Stone, and maybe out of turn number 2, if he can get some good traction, he'll be able to power past that Williams.
No, just the Williams with a lot of straight line speed, and
he got the traction with those medium tyres. Dino on the hards, and then the DRS just drags him back along. But this is probably working well for Dino. He's getting a nice drag from this Williams, who's got great speed, especially in this middle part of the lap.
Yeah, absolutely it does. And the Williams is, I'm not sure if they're running the same setup as the AlphaTauri boys, but yeah, it's looking very, very handy in a straight line, that Williams.
Yeah, indeed it is. Stick, he's chasing down Apache Franks. They're both pitted 1 lap ago. The hards for the Stick, the mediums for Apache. And they're currently running down in 11 and 12, which, as you touched on just before, mate, are point scoring positions here in Osro, down to 15 points. And fastest lap is available to any driver who finishes the Grand Prix. And DSG Splashy, cheers for the fly, mate. We do appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the action. The Stig, who's just fallen off the back of Apache. Apache making good use of those new medium compound tyres. Yeah,
that he is, and he's absolutely flying on his OSRL debut.
Who's that yellow for?
Someone's in the wall. Kraken is in the wall.
And he's not just in the wall, he's in the wall hard, mate. He's lost that entire of the front wing.
Entire front wing. So we did mention a little bit earlier on that just on occasion the wheels fall off for the Haas boys, and it has happened once again here tonight, as Kraken is currently last and has no front wing, unfortunately.
Dino just still... I don't think he's stuck behind the Williams of M Stone. He's just keeping pace with him. They are currently 1.7 seconds off the back of Tab, so they are closing in, mate. It was around 2.5 seconds after the pit stop, so they're slowly closing in on Tab, who is now coming on up to the back of Crazy Kiwi.
Yeah, that he is, and it's worth mentioning that Dino and Tabs can probably both go quite easily to the end of this race, whereas M-Stone might just be struggling a little bit on those mediums at the end.
Well,
yes,
I think he started on the mediums, mate. If you could
I'll
check
just
that,
see
maybe.
if he has boxed.
He has boxed. If you I don't know if you know how to check, but he definitely think he started on the medium compound, meaning he needs to pit once again.
I will suss that out right now, and I can confirm that is the case. He has gone medium, so he'll be looking to come in with about 5 or 6 laps to go for that soft compound tyre.
Yeah, he can probably get around 8 laps, maybe 9 maximum out of them at the end of the race, just with the lighter fuel loads, mate. But here comes Tab F1 on Crazy Kiwi. The DRS opens. He doesn't even need it. Look at the speed he's got. And Crazy Kiwi has no answer for it. And at the front, Fury is just being overtaken, or he's dueling with Nahammer at the front. I think he's just passed him for 2nd position. So Fury's going pretty strongly at the moment.
Yeah, that sure is, mate. And it's worth mentioning that I've just scrolled across to the gap to leader. And everyone down to Blue Dog is within 30 seconds of the leader. So there's one incident and Flourish could go from first to well and truly out of the top 10. So it is a great drive from all of these drivers so far, and very close action.
It is indeed, mate. M-Stone is now encountering the traffic of Crazy Kiwi. That tab has just passed about half a lap ago. And he is pushing him through this castle section.
Yeah, that he is. I'm not sure if Kiwi's just running out of grip on those mediums, or whether he has got a little bit of damage. It does look like he's a little bit slower in all the corners.
I think just running low on the grip, mate. 12 laps on those mediums, not quite at the end of the lifespan, but getting towards the point where you're going to start losing that tyre performance.
Yeah, absolutely spot on there. And mate, I can tell you now that a safety car now would play absolute havoc with a few of these drivers and the strategies.
Definitely, I'm sure everyone would love it, but well, we would certainly love it. Here comes M-Stone on the Mercedes, and can Dino get on the action? He really needs to pass him.
I don't think
now to stay with M-Stone, but he's just too far. He's too far back to get it done on this occasion. So this is going to hamper Dino.
Yeah, it is, and he's going to lose the back of M-Stone and that DRS, really. So Dino has to get the move done on Crazy Kiwi down into 3. And maybe
Kiwi's got good straight line performance, however.
He sure does, and I'm not sure. I've said it before, I'll say it again. Wall was Crazy Kiwi just gives the wall a little tap there. Not sure if it's a setup issue for Dino or whether it is a little bit of damage, but yeah, Dino really looks like he's struggling for race pace tonight.
Yeah, Dino, he had the quali pace, but he just seems to be struggling here with the added tyre with the added fuel. So I'm sure if you can bring it home to a podium position, that will probably satisfy him this evening.
Absolutely.
But no doubt he's going to continue to push, and he's going to try and push past Crazy Kiwi here.
We've heard from one of our podium sitters from last night. Has Turn 19 taken any deaths tonight? Not yet. I won't put a curse on it, but not yet.
It's taken some front wings. It hasn't taken any lives.
Has it taken any front wings though?
Yeah, Roscoe went around there, and I think Kraken went around there as well. So it's taken a couple. It's had a couple of jabs, no knockout blows yet.
Yeah, no one's died yet.
Yes, that's it, mate. Here comes Dino, mate, pushing
Crazy Kiwi.
And look at the gap M-Stone's pulled on them just from one lap. But we do know that M-Stone needs to pit once again. Fury.
Tabs is in. No, Fury Strat is in.
Yes, he is. Flourish. He started on the softs, mate, so can he extend it another, 7 laps now? It will be 20 laps on the mediums. It's going to be a mammoth effort. They're going to be struggling at the end. But he may be able to hold on to a very good position here. And one thing to note on, mate, we have not had a single penalty for track limits, however, so far. Obviously, Baku not exactly an easy place to pick them up, but well done to everyone out there at the moment. And Fury critically comes out in front of Brad Tay, who is out in 9th on softs. That at 6 laps old, and there will definitely not make it to the end.
No, you wouldn't have thought, even with the fuel loads and the weight coming down in the car, I wouldn't have thought they would get to the end. But this is a very, very nice little battle for 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th, and maybe call that 11th. Maybe not. There is about 1.3 seconds between 4 drivers here for something different.
I'm almost looking up the inside of the castle. That would have been very brave, to put it kindly, of Nat Hammer, but thinks better of it. He's just going to be a little bit patient. Fury, he's going to be looking to get past Apache Franks ASAP. He's got that brand new soft compound tyre.
Big hello to Aussie Donkey in the chat, just saying hello. G'day mate, how are you? I'm guessing you're from Australia, mate. Good to have you on board, and welcome.
100%, mate. We are on lap 20
Fury
now.
Strat on Apache Franks, and that is P7 for the man there of Mr. Fury
Apache
Strat.
into the pit lane.
Really?
Very interesting. Only 5 lap old mediums. That's a very interesting call.
The yellow flag in sector 2, VSC.
Will we see it
Kraken, I think.
Yeah, Kraken down there in the
Kraken
castle,
has lost another front wing.
Kraken really struggling this evening.
Yeah, that he is, mate, and we've seen him. I think I've seen him lose 3 or 4 front wings tonight, as we are seeing the VSC deployed, and no one really taking advantage of it. Although most of them sort of
passed the pit lane.
Yeah, Donny and Darkness both ducking in all they can for a cheap pit stop onto this softs.
Yeah. Well, there's nothing to lose for those two.
Yeah, correct. There's going to be a lot of guys here that are fairly quick towards the end. And Mr. Fury Strat is at the front of that pack, so I think he'll finish very strong indeed.
Yeah, 100%, mate. Paolo, thank you for following. Apache picks up a drive-through penalty for speeding under the VSC, and Paolo, this is a real round, mate. This is round 4 of the OSRL Tier 2 Championship, and it is currently Flourish Expire who leads 1.3 seconds over Tabbed F1. M-Stone, he's down there in 3rd. He needs to pit again to get off of these mediums. He's not used a second tyre compound. Dino in the background scraping his front wing almost up against the wall. We've seen that many times tonight. And he's trying to close in on M-Stone, who is indicating the pit lane. And yes, into the pit lane goes M-Stone.
In the pit, so we knew he did have to box again. He will go onto the soft compound tyre, you would have thought. And Dino will look to get after Tabbed F1, who overtook him on lap.
Oh, sorry to cut you off, mate, but here comes Fury. And Nat Hammer side by side into turn 1. They're rubbing wheels through turn 1. And Nat Hammer on the inside just forces his way past Fury. A nice move from the man in the Colgate car there.
And out front, mate, it's worth mentioning that out front, Tabbed is now within 0.3 of a second of regaining the lead in this race, as we got another yellow flag for a Ferrari. It is Blue Dog around.
A big loss of that front wing down there at turn 2, and he's going to drop from what was P10, mate. M-Stone in the 6, swapping positions, teammates, possibly team orders down there at Williams. The soft compound on M-Stone. He was going to have the better pace, but as you were saying, at the front, Tabbed's not very, but he's right on the back of Flourish Expire, who's doing a mammoth effort to make those medium tyres last. And we'll see if he can hold on potentially for 3rd. There's a 5-second gap back from Dino to milligains, mate. And
Blue Dog is around again. Blue Dog around again and has lost the rest of that front wing. So, yeah, he's definitely struggling a bit out there now. But I will jump on board here with Tabbed, as he's got a really, really nice run here on Flourish Expire. Is he a little bit too far back? I don't think he will be, with a little bit of ERS and the DRS wide open. But Flourish defending for all he's worth, which is absolutely top-notch defence from him. And he's hung on for now. 8-lap-old hards versus 16-lap-old mediums. I can't see Flourish hanging on to this position forever, but he's doing a very nice job of it at the moment.
I think you hold on for one more lap here. Both the AlphaTauri and the Aston Martin are using that ERS quite heavily, mate. And this is going to allow Dino to close right up onto the back of Tabbed now. So Dino's probably going to be loving this here. But Milligains really needs to get a move on to try and pass Flourish Expire in these remaining laps.
Yeah, this is it's bringing Dino right back into play. And a little bit further down, we're seeing, oh Jesus, Tabbed is right up the back of Flourish now.
He sure is indeed, mate.
He's pretty much pushing him through that castle section, where you definitely cannot go 2 cars wide if you value your wheels staying on the black stuff. Safety car would be huge from Forever Shack in the chat. Pretty sure this is the last lap that a safety car can come out.
Yeah, one more, I think.
I'll tell you what, mate, Dino has caught a second on these two this lap, so Dino well within DRS range now. And Flourish Expire doing everything he can to defend. He's using all of that ERS. So too is Tabbed to try and get the position back. Dino has quite a lot of ERS charged up. What can he do as Tabbed goes through for the lead of the race? And whoa, just about pushes Flourish Expire off the track. We have a yellow flag in sector 3 as
for Brad Tay, mate, in the Mercedes. I think he might have had a chat with a wall. Yes, he has.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's He hasn't just had a chat, he's had an entire conversation with the wall. That whole front wing is gone. And crucially, Flourish has managed to stay ahead of Dino down there into turn 3. And this is going to allow Tab to run away in this middle sector. Unless Dino can force his way past here down at turn 5. But he does not look up the inside. So Tabs is luckily going to be able to run away and crack into the wall again in the castle.
In the wall again and has lost his front wing.
The leaders are coming, mate. He's got to be cautious now.
He's got to stay off the racing line here, you would have thought. And he does that very, very nicely, does he? Yes, he does. So the leaders come through.
Oh, here comes Dino in a very unconventional spot through turn 13 and 14 on the inside, and bang, he takes it. Very nice move from there.
That is
from
a
Dino.
Great move.
But crucially, he's dropped out of the DRS of tabbed F1.
That he has, and a little bit further down, M-Stone pressuring the back of Mr. Fury Strat for 6th and 7th. But it's worth mentioning that Nat Hammer is very close in this as well. So they're sort of all going to be giving each other a tow. M-Stone with barely any ERS left. Mr. Fury Strat still has about 50%. So there'll be quite a lot of defensive work happening there from Fury Strat. As we're seeing Flourish expire, go around once again on those medium compound tyres.
Yeah, he's taking those to the end. 100% he's taking them to the end at this point.
It could be disastrous, but can he pull it off? I'm just trying to get a decent view of his tyres. And see if they've got any graining, but it is very...
Milligains is closing in at a rate of knots.
Yeah, that he is, mate. And it just shows that once these tyres hit the cliff, they are absolutely off the cliff. As we are seeing with Flourish expire here, he's absolutely getting creamed in terms of time lost.
In traction zones, he's just got nothing, mate. He's having to feather the throttle very, very hard. He's just nursing the car out of every traction zone. And he's just losing so much pace here.
Geez, I'll tell you what, Dino, I'm not sure if Dino's made a mistake there, but he's lost a lot of time in the castle section.
He's got no front right end plate, mate. The end plate on the front right is gone.
Oh, Dino, the wheels have fallen off as he's hit the wall again.
And this might open up the position for Flourish to stay on the podium. Milligains is right there with them now. And they've got to be cautious now. Dino's going to be slow here through turn 18 and turn 19 without that front wing. Milligains taps the back of Flourish, and here we go. The power down. They're trying to power past Dino. And they've just got to be careful now. Dino is going to probably stay out. It's not worth hitting at this point.
They're going to go 3 wide down the straight.
This is severely close, mate.
Dino
Flourish takes on again.
Both of them. But
yes, he does.
Flourish regains P2. Milligains up to P3, but Milligains is all over the back of that Alpha.
Here we go, mate.
Martin. And that is a very easy move in the grand scheme of things from Milligains on Flourish Expire. Milligains up into P2, and mate, we have an Alpha Touri 1-2.
Yes, we do, mate. And it's the reserve tabbed F1 who leads it. Dino, can he hold off Mr. Fury Strat and the likes behind who are on that fresh soft compound tyre? Flourish is out on that old medium who just really needs Dino to do work for him, but Fury out of turn 6 gets the traction and down into turn 7 on the inside. He's going to take that position.
Oh, and contact there between M-Stone and Nat Hammer. Dino really starting to get in the way here of a lot of these drivers, as he just doesn't have any pace in that without that front wing end plate. Of course, this new game... Whoa! M-Stone trying to get them... Oh, Dino gets in the way! Whoa! Oh, Dino without that front wing...
Oh, Dino in the wall again!
There was contact from M-Stone to push Dino into the wall, and that's going to absolutely destroy Dino's rest of his race.
He's going to have absolutely no pace now.
I think M-Stone will have a lot of damage as well, so...
No damage for M-Stone, just got him at the right angle. But what it may be is a penalty, mate, but we don't talk about that. That's for the job of the stewards. And now, with 1 lap to go, Mr. Fury Strat, it's a 1.4 second lead deficit to Flourish Expire. Can he hang on? He's got 1 lap to go. We're on the final tour of the 6-kilometer circuit here in Azerbaijan, Baku City. The only city in the world that is below sea level, 28 meters below sea level. And Fury Strat is putting every bit of performance into chasing Flourish Expire.
Yeah, that he is, and I'll tell you what, in terms of tyre life, it is as ridiculous a position as you want to be in. 20 laps on the medium compound tyre is as good as we've seen from just about anyone. And gee, Fury Strat there, making it look very, very comfortable down the inside on Flourish Expire, and I've got the hiccups. Flourish Expire trying to fight him back, but he's fighting a losing battle there, unfortunately, as it is moved on, and a lot more traction in Fury Strat's tyres. Can Flourish hang on to 4th position here, as we'll jump back on board with Tabs as he's on the main straight for the final time here at Baku, and he has had it all his own way since getting past Dino on lap 2. And he will take the checkered flag here in Baku. And that is the race win for Tabs. Miller Gaines, his teammate, will come home for P2. We will see, I think, Mr. Fury Strat come home for P3. Yes, we will. Flourish Expire P4. M-Stone P5. Nat Hammer P6.
He took him on the line!
Yes,
M-Stone took Nat Hammer on the line in the background. I just caught that. The Stig in the second Williams is coming across in 7th. Dino with no front wing on the car manages 8th position. Suicide 5 keep up his point scoring. That's 4 races in a row for him.
Urban Cypher with more gift subs, mate.
He's got more subs. This is absolutely ridiculous race. It must be payday in the Cypher household up there in Sydney. Apache Frank's on reserve. He comes home in 11th. Well done, son. Donny, he comes home in 12th after what only could be described as a complicated race once again. Brad Tay, who unfortunately just ran out of grip on those softs towards the end. Darkness Abyss finishes 14th for Alpine. Nick Mann on reserve. He's going to come home. He's going to finish it, and he's going to finish in the points. He's going to get 1 solitary point for Red Bull, and 1 point is better than no points. Blue Dog in the Ferrari. He's going to be the final man to cross the line down there in 16th. And he's also had what could only be described as a complicated race. But yeah, well done to the AlphaTauri boys.
I've just put the link up for the driver of the day. 104 viewers in here, mate. So we have cracked the 3 figures. Do not forget, ladies and gentlemen, to put your vote in for driver of the day. Mate, if we've got 104 viewers in here, I expect 104 votes. That's a very, very nice effort there from, I think it was Flourish Expire at the end, who got those medium compound tyres 21 laps into this race. I'm not going to jinx the driver of the day vote, but I have definitely got who I think is my driver of the day.
Yeah, definitely. I think someone's been playing a little bit of chaos here. There's been 78 votes for Nat Hammer, mate. So I think someone's been spamming it for Nat Hammer. As Antran and Bloom with the followers. Thank you guys. But that's the race. Tabs takes his first OSRL podium, and it's a win. And AlphaTauri will be licking their lips at that. That is 55 points for the outfit. That is huge. Milligains comes home in seconds. Fury Strat puts in another stellar performance in race trim to come from 11th on the grid to 3rd on the podium. And Flourish Expire, my personal driver of the day, making those mediums last a very long time, 21 laps. That is insane.
Yeah, I think my personal driver of the day is going to be Tabbed F1. He had it all his own way. Like I said before, he got past Dino 420 on lap 2. Might have been lap 3 actually. But he didn't look back from there. He built the gap. He navigated the safety car restart super, super efficiently. So he's my driver of the day, just on raw pace. AlphaTauri, big winners here today with a 1-2, and that is a maximum points. Apart from the fastest lap that I'm looking at has gone to M Stone. So lots to digest there, mate.
Yeah, a whole lot to digest. We're going to get everyone, well, not everyone, but the top 3 as well as the driver of the day. Last reminder, get your votes in for driver of the day. We'll get an interview with them as well. But just sorting out interviews for those guys who are on the podium. Tabs will be making his first venture into the commentary box here. So hopefully he can join us as well as driver of the day. And I'm going to call it now. It's been given to Nat Hammer, who received a stonking 78 votes, mate. I'm not sure if that was a bit of a glitch or something, or someone was just spending the whole race giving him driver of the day. But there you go, Nat Hammer is the driver of the day, according to the fans.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the case with Nat Hammer there is. As Milligains has left the party, not sure what's happened there. Nat Hammer starting 6th, finishing 6th. He's back in the party now.
And we've got all 3 podium sitters and the driver of the day in the party now. So Moosey, you can kick off the interviews with 3rd place man, Mr. Fury Strat.
Absolutely, Fury Strat, P3 today, mate. You got past Flourish there at the end, who was trying to nurse those tyres as far as he possibly could, but the overtake there for the lower step on the podium looked very easy there at the end of it.
Yeah, the overtake was pretty straightforward. His eyes were dead, and that's why I wasn't. I do love an aggressive strat, but that's why I didn't try and stick it out. But to kind of come from where I was at the start, I'm pretty happy to able to even get in the top 5, let alone a podium.
Yeah, well, mate, I was just about to touch on that after a handful of laps, you were right down the bottom, and the safety car really played into your hands there, and pretty much allowed you to finish on the podium today.
Yeah, it helped me out a lot. To be honest, being 25 seconds behind after lap 1, behind my own teammate who was 7 seconds off the pace as well, was not the way I wanted to start this race. There was a bit of drama on at the start, which will end up in the stewards' room for sure. But man, I was to come back through. I just had to play my cards right, keep my head down, and shout out to Absolute, who's jumping up to the tier next week as well. He did an awesome job just keeping me cool in the driver's seat. But P3, given where I was after lap 1, is it feels like a win, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, mate, and couldn't agree with you more. You've done an absolutely stonking job today, mate. Well done. Cheers,
lads. Great battle. Thanks, Nat Hammer. That was a really good battle there for a while. Bit of a back and forth, and congrats to the AlphaTauri boys. That's some really good points for you guys, and Tab for jumping in as a reserve and getting P1. That's a really big effort to do, especially considering how close our tier is. So good job to all those boys as well.
Yeah, thank you, Fury. And we move on now to 2nd place, Milligains. And you qualified 3rd, so I don't think you'll be too disappointed with that. You had a little bit of an incident there on that one, and you recovered to 2nd, mate. So talk to us about the race there.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm actually thrilled from the result here. I knew I was never gonna get up there with Tabs, so I was pretty happy with a 2nd place finish, especially after the incident. I think it was lap 7 or 8, or maybe even 6, when I lost it there in turn 19. I was a bit scared.
Right, I forgot about that.
I got pretty lucky with kind of the way I came back on a track, and I was able to just quickly get straight into the pits there.
Roscoe went around about 10, 20 seconds after you and was facing the wrong way and was in all sorts of hell. So a bit of luck there for you, but then you made your own luck for the rest of the race, powering through the field.
You know what? It's, as much as it sucked to spin out that early and maybe risk even a higher chance of winning, it was a great drive to kind of get going back through the field. And a bit unfortunate for Dino there with getting a bit of wing damage right near the end of the race and really putting him out of the podium chances, but it served me great for myself to just jump straight in with Flourish's old tyres as well.
Yeah, definitely, mate. So congratulations, and it must be even more sweet knowing that your nearest rival in the championship had what could only be described as an awful day down there, finishing 17th and last.
It's unfortunate for him. He put in a pretty good practice, but seems like he just couldn't pull it out today.
Yeah, so hopefully we'll be hearing again from you soon next week, mate. So what wasn't exactly your strongest race so far, but still coming home in second. You can't be disappointed with that.
Absolutely not.
So well done to you, mate. And
Cheers.
on to our race winner, Tabbed F1 on reserve, mate. That must be absolutely... I haven't got the words, mate. You must be so excited with that.
Yeah, mate, it was a bit surreal going into that last lap and not knowing I was going to spin, but yeah, right onto the podium. It was a good fight. Thanks to Jodaku for race engineering tonight. He did a great job with me, and yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, congratulations, mate. Your qualifying was very impressive, and then your race pace was even more impressive, pulling away from the likes of Dino, Milligains, Flourish Expire, etc. All very quick drives, and you only got the late call-up this afternoon, so I imagine you didn't exactly put in the most prepared practice for tonight's race. So all I can say is congratulations, mate, and it gets us excited to see what you can deliver on more appearances. You might even get a run in Tier 1 at this rate.
Yeah, it's comfortable in Tier 2, mate.
Yeah, thanks, no thanks. A bit of a thanks, no thanks. I'm good, comfortable here.
Yeah. I thought I was going to get swamped by the Milligains and Dino. They're really quick drivers. To put us up to the lower parts, but yeah, it was a bit nerve-wracking at the end. But yeah, thanks.
Yeah, cheers, mate. Cheers.
And we'll move on to our driver of the day in, I think it was Nat Hammer you said, mate, wasn't it?
It was, mate, and we've been joined by him, so you can have a little chat with Nat Hammer for us.
And Nat Hammer, who have the big question on everyone's mind? Who have you paid to vote for you that many times?
Oh, what was the votes at? I didn't. It was a surprise.
Oh, you polled like 75 votes or something.
Jesus.
So you must have a fan, mate.
107 views, something like that. I think we topped out at.
I heard 104, but yeah, somewhere in the hundreds.
Jeez.
So
somebody must have just been sitting there for a while.
Yeah, we had quite a few viewers here tonight, and they've watched you win driver of the day, mate. Only points for Haas tonight, if I'm not mistaken. Your teammate had a little bit of a stinker, unfortunately for him. But mate, you brought home some points for Haas, and with you boys sitting at the top of the constructors' standings, every point helps.
Yeah, it's a track like Monaco. One bad corner, your race could be out. That was evident in Tier 3, and it was the same for this race with some people getting minor wing damage. It just snowballs. Started 6th, finished 6th, had a good fight back, doing the medium soft. I don't know if it was optimal, but it was fun. And got pipped at the line by 0.1 again. So not much you could do there. I did a Bottas, but no, it's good fun race, and keen for next week.
Yeah, that's it, mate. Absolutely could not agree with you anymore, and well done on winning driver of the day.
Yeah, thanks guys.
Oh, Moosey, that was one hell of an exciting race.
Wasn't it?
And well, we were expecting some good action, and I think we weren't expecting that.
Well, mate, it was action aplenty tonight, and you know, the boys Tabbed and Milligains and Dino 420 fam there for quite a lot of the race. They've provided us with absolutely amazing viewing up front, and you know, you had a couple of boys there in the middle of the pack through P7, P8, P9, P10 that were all very much bunched up through quite a lot of the race. It's worth mentioning that we did have a couple of drivers on debut tonight, being Apache Franks. He got a penalty pretty late on, and sort of hindered his race a little bit, but he had a very strong showing here tonight. And I don't have to tell you that Tabbed had a very strong showing as well. So it just proves that when these reserve drivers do come in, they're not just here to fill in the numbers. They're well and truly performing. And mate, it's in black and white.
Yeah, that's it, mate. It's some stellar performances from the guys out there tonight, and they're putting their hand forward to show what they've got. Only 4 rounds into this championship, Moose, so another 19 to go. So we've got one hell of a season ahead of us, and all I can say is I'm excited We had a couple more followers. Bloom, the Aussie dude, Urban Scytherette, I think that's Urban's missus, Supra, and Banana Hammock with a gift sub to Supra. So thank you to everyone for the support tonight. It's been absolutely insane, Moose, this stream. We hit 100 viewers, which I think is a first for OSRL. So all I can say from the bottom of my heart is thank you, and we can't wait to see you on another OSRL stream soon.
Yeah, absolutely.
So until tomorrow night for Tier 1 or next week for a race around Canada across the 3 divisions, we thank you and we'll see you guys soon. Stay safe.
$107
Fuck yeah,
views, mate. 107
Fucking
views.
oath, cunt. Fucking oath.
Boys, that was crazy. Good job.
Mate, that was fucking cracked.
Mate, it was an easy race to call.
Oh, mate. It wasn't like dirty driving chaos, it was just absolute, just class action.
Yeah, it was classy chaos. Oh, fuck. How the hell did Nat Hammer win driver of the day, man?
I'd like
idea,
to know how, because everyone was aware of my 25-second deficit on lap 1.
Well, I think that someone spammed Nat Hammer with driver of the day votes because he had like fucking 95% of the votes.
That's a joke, anyway.
Yeah, I need to change that. So the thing is though, if you change it, you have to put an interview in to do a vote, which is a pain in the ass. So someone's just been a little cunt.
We probably should have just excluded him from the driver of the day voting. Like he's
Out of curiosity, who was the next best after Nat Hammer?
Stand by. Just bringing up the vote now. Yeah, we had 106 votes and 82 were Nat Hammer, which is so the next was Flourish Expire with 6, Tab with 5, Fury you had 5, Dino had 2, Milligames had 2, Stick had 2, Nick Man had 1, Kraken had 1. So whoever...
He's getting reported too. He's getting reported hard. Kraken.
Had a shit road.
He took out both Alfa Romeos on lap 1.
He every time we went on board with him, he did not have a front wing.
He was struggling like so hard through qualifying. I was actually surprised that I wasn't quicker than him through Q2. I just couldn't get my lap together. But then he just had nothing like in the race. Like I caught up to him and got past him, and then he was like 2 cars behind me, and then he just disappeared. And also, for your awareness, Kraken wasn't the only driver that was close to Milligains. I'm on the same points as Kraken. Well, was.
Yeah, I mentioned that in before Q1.
So, I've now clearly established myself as P2. Yeah. Well, I outscored both Dino and Nat Hammer, who I already gained on anyway. So I think Milligains will be about 35 or something ahead of me, roughly.
I'll tell you what, Dino is one of the most unlucky drivers I've ever seen.
He's got really good pace, but sometimes has a knack for putting his car in the wrong spot as well, though.
Yeah.
Like, he gets really unlucky at times. Like, there are times where he's legitimately unlucky. But there's also times where if he took a second to think about the move
Yeah.
and place his car in a different spot, he'd be okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
Because like same thing happened to him around Britain when we were racing the pre-season. He gets up. I've gone around his outside at Stowe, which is a fair enough move.
Yeah.
Left him a full car width on the inside. I didn't leave him any more, which I'm entitled to.
Yeah.
He basically gets up and he just understeers up the corner, hits me and spins out.
To be fair, that's probably the Ferrari car.
Yeah, and he was fully ready blaming me for the incident. I'm like, I'm sorry, like, I left you space. But, it is what it is. Just gotta try and catch Milligains now. He's quick and he's consistent too. So, I'm gonna try and push and catch up to him, give him a fight at least. But
Whoa, I can't believe we got to 107 viewers.
Yeah, I had Absolute feeding me info about it. And he like, no shit, he's like it was during qualifying and I was sitting there, I'm like, looked at the stream, I'm like, holy shit, 85, like that's incredible. Like, even at 85, I was like, that's mad.
Yeah.
And then the fact that he got 107 at one point, that is absolutely incredible. Like, it's honestly like the Wednesday nights, and this was what Daisy and I noticed last season as well. Wednesday nights were really big for for viewership.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, they're
then
massive.
Tier 1 like stepped up a little bit. And then basically he gets up and like Wednesday was always big. Like, and we averaged what was like 70 odd viewers towards the end of the season there.
Yeah, we'll
Which
definitely
was
have a 50 most
solid.
races. We're peaking around. Well, like the growth has been insane. We've gained like 100, almost 200 followers in the last month and a half. Which is
Well,
Yeah, I heard you
insane.
say that last night.
Kraken's already been reported.
Yeah, I reported him.
Oh, what the fuck was that?
This is the way I look at it, right? So I'm 25 seconds
Whoa.
behind JK at the start of the Grand Prix. Remove that, the pace that I had, because those tyres that mediums that I put on lap 1, that I ran to my stop, they were the same set that I used in Q2.
Oh, really?
yeah.
That had barely any wear. Yeah, there wasn't a new set. That was a used set.
Yeah,
What's
right.
with your teammate fucking you up, mate?
Look, that wasn't his fault, to be completely fair.
Oh no, it's Kraken. I thought he. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
from the first look, I thought he
I-
just spun under traction. It was
No,
Kraken.
no, Kraken had a good start and then turned over on him. I had a better start than JK and put my car in the only spot I could. And then Kraken's like, oh, I'm gonna just move a little bit wider and just hit this car.
Yeah, love that.
And I was like, oh, this is awesome, but my pace, given my race pace, if that doesn't happen at the start of the race, I reckon I probably could have challenged Tabbed and Milligains
Yeah, that's a fair call.
up there at the front.
That's a fair comment. Fuck
And
me
that-
tonight.
You should have heard Absolute on my in-lap though, to the pit lane to go from the meds to the softs. He's like, oh, we'll come out P10, just burn all your ERS on this lap and just push hard. Coming through the second sector, so my fastest lap at the time was like a 1:41.6, about where Tabbed and that was sitting. Through the second sector, I was 5/10 up on 17 or 18, 19 lap old mediums.
Yep.
And then like where we came out, he's like, holy shit, that is a fucking, like, that is a incredible inlet.
Yep.
It was fun. I enjoy it. I do enjoy coming through the pack. I hate it because it means it takes me out of race wins, but it's good fun.
I'll give you the stats for tonight's stream. Average viewers, 68. Max viewers, 104, according to this. Different sites sort of read it different. Unique viewers, 446. 71 chatters. 780 live views. 33 follows. 67 subscriptions.
Fuck
That is
hell.
fucked.
Whitey will be fucking making it rain.
Mate, 67 times.
Because what's the subscription worth?
I'm just working it now. We get about $3.50 from it, so
Shit.
350 times that by 67. It's 235 bucks. Just from tonight. So,
Tell you what,
not
well, we need to hit Whitey up for a bit of a pay rise, mate.
Dino
Well-
in the fucking Facebook chat asking how many DNFs happened at turn 19
Yeah, I
tonight.
saw that.
One.
One, because they're not fucking idiots.
I feel like
Hashtag
riding.
moose.
I feel like riding 19.
Moose, you should just go, what one's turn 19 again? Can't remember.
Oh, cunt.
Okay, Kane. I should probably do some practice with back. I've done that.
Is it? You know how we can you know how we promoted promoted Absolute? Is Kano in trouble of losing his seat in Tier 3 for being as slow as he is?
I don't think so. There's no talks at the
Because
moment.
is that a legitimate option?
Not at the moment.
I'm just asking the question here because he's fucked.
Yeah, I know. The
I mean, he's consistent at qualifying
Yeah.
last.
It's like that
You're a
clip
cunt.
from Gordon Ramsay. It's like that clip from Gordon Ramsay. You can impress me how consistent you are. Consistently shit.
Oh.
Yeah, it was,
Oh.
I enjoyed that stream. Mostly, that was good fun.
Yeah.
Stewards reckon that JK turned in on Donny. Turned in on Kraken.
Oh, I don't know.
That's debatable. You literally see on my point of view, he doesn't fucking move. Until he starts going sideways.
Could be absolute pandemonium down in the Alpine garage tomorrow night. Both me and Daisy are getting the COVID fucking vaccine tomorrow morning, so we could both be in the fucking shit.
Oh, M-Stone's gonna possibly get dropped too.
What do you mean?
Clouded Dino on the second last lap.
Oh, I thought you meant dropped, as in...
Oh no, he absolutely smashed Dino into the wall.
He did.
Yeah, he spanked
he's
him.
gonna cop a 15er for that. That's 3 penalty points. See you later.
Yeah, I got that on my stream as well, so
Like that was
it
was
looked
the
bad.
most clear-cut thing I've seen in my life.
Yeah.
I mean, alright, Dino
Mofo.
had damage, but fuck, it's a clear punt,
Kraken's
bro.
in for it again. He's been reported a second time.
Mate, Mofo has done a 36.2 in time trial.
That's fucked.
Mofo's a time trial sweat, he's always up there.
I can't tell.
Oh, wow. No, you can tell he got punted from behind.
There's a lot of speed there. Like, thing is,
He's a lap down, and which makes it even worse.
So he sent a dive bomb, which is the problem.
Yeah, being a lap down, you can't do that.
No, you can't. You can't even. Like, you can make an overtake if you've got legitimately more pace than the car in front. That's fine. I'm trying to hear the audio.
Trying to hear if there's rage in the fucking clip or not.
No,
Just-
I'm trying to hear the contact because the thing is that from that angle, it looks like he's just run wide. Like, it doesn't look like he's actually done anything super crazy. Problem is, I can't see what. Can't work out what lap that's on.
Moose, have you got any update on me in terms of when you might be out for a couple of weeks with the baby on the way?
When she shits it out of her vag, mate.
When she pops, mate.
Nah. I sent Whitey a message a few weeks back saying that I'll give you guys as much notice as I can, but unless you hear any different, I'm around.
When's the season finished, by the way? Just curious.
December?
When in December?
Early December?
Okay. Hopefully that ends in early December then. Because I also have a bub due on the 21st of December, so...
Ooh. Oh, that's a bit low from M-Stone. Whoa.
And he knew he had damage, knew that was what was behind him. It took me jumping on the brakes to avoid a massive collision moments before that. Then as seen, I braked as much as possible, but when he goes that slow, there isn't much I can do apart from stopping on the apex.
I mean, he's kind of got a point, but
he's got damage, but he's got every right to defend his position.
That's
still.
right, it's his position.
Yeah, the M-Stone's just shot him himself in the foot
Yeah,
so hard there, because that's clear cut now.
Yeah.
Like, that's even more clear cut than it was before.
yeah. Like it shows him,
that makes
it
sense.
shows him punting it.
$100.
Ooh. Roscoe wants Kraken reported too, because Roscoe's just sent in footage.
Do you know what? We could almost send in the footage from the race start. Because it catches it pretty well, man.